Runaway robot.
Yeah.
Welcome to the stream. We've been talking Minecraft, and I was like, screw it. We're just gonna talk some Minecraft before we start the show.
Everyone.
So, welcome to DieFall Season 2, Episode X. I think this is 14 or 15. Oh, and I meant to share this. Look, I got
Yes.
Play Gwent with me!
Gwent?
It's Gerald. It's Geralt wanting to play Gwent. I fucking love this shirt. Anyway. So we were just talking about Minecraft because Rob was playing right before this, and now all of us want to go play some Minecraft.
Hell yeah.
Which is something. It's something.
Do it.
I'm gonna make my god tower.
It's the last time I played Minecraft, I went up to the top of the tallest mountain I could find, built up, and then I built the beacon of Minas Tirith, you know, the one where like the beacons are lit, the beacon's gone to a I built one of those, but I built it out of lava. And then one of my friends was on the server and like chopped out a block, and then the lava flowed down the mountain and destroyed our entire like mountain home underneath.
Disaster.
It was like, and server wipe. It's like we're fucking done.
I can tell you so many stories of things that I've destroyed with lava, both intentionally and unintentionally.
I logged in one day, and the room that I had that I was playing with friends, so we had a group house, and I had built my room. I came in, and it was just, I was like in this storm, and there was this cavern, there's water all over the place. Like, what the fuck happened? Because I spawned in my room. Apparently, one of my friends stacked it full of TNT.
Oh, no.
And then someone apparently attempted to open the door, but had the flint out.
No.
Opened the door and just blew up the entire base. And I was like, well, that's, I guess, the end of that. And so they had already, because I didn't play for like a full weekend or something like that, and they had already migrated like across the continent and restarted life. And I'm like, where am I? I don't even know what to do.
What destruction.
Yeah. They're like, oh no, we traveled all the way across the world. And I was like, I was gone for 2 days. Are you fucking kidding me?
Also, Joel, have you renamed the stream?
Oh, fuck, nope.
Oh,
while,
disasters.
While
I'm
Joel
bad at
does
this.
that, I can top the bedroom filled with dynamite. I once made
Go
a
for
frat
it.
house. We
sorry?
were playing on a server with a guy who had a bad habit of like going into people's houses and checking through all their stuff. And we don't think he was actually stealing anything, but it's still kind of rude to just like go through people's stuff like that. So we wanted to kind of teach him a lesson. So we built a house. First, we dug a giant pit under it and filled that pit with lava. Directly underneath the house, we put a layer of TNT. All right? We had 4 columns in the house that were filled with TNT. That TNT was connected to the attic, which was also filled with TNT.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
So excessive.
Unreasonable.
This was because we had mods that was like, when you die, you get your stuff put in a chest. So we wanted to make sure that, you know, he really, really died.
he actually died. Yeah, he's super dead.
And so all of this was hooked up to a trapped chest. And so we built up this house to look like a house. It had a bed, it had chests everywhere, it had furnaces, it had like decorations. And so we kind of camped out nearby when we saw him online. And so we just camped out, we waited, and lo and behold, not a few minutes later, the whole house just went kablooey.
Yeah,
and there was a
gone.
giant crater in the ground.
It's amazing. It's like Plan G.
Even better was that he posted on the forum that we all shared. He posted saying, who the hell built that house? It was like someone named Barack. Because we wrote it Barack's house.
Makes sense. Well, he shouldn't have been snooping.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so for the longest time, we were like, well, geez, did you went in the house? Whose house did it belong to? Were there any clues? And we just played dumb for the entire time. It was hilarious.
Dude, I remember I discovered Minecraft in college, and and I was just like, I was super, super drunk one night, and I was like, I really want to play Minecraft, but I'm like really drunk. And then I got excited because I saw a video of a TNT cannon, and I was like, I could do that. Like, that's awesome. And then I got like, I was feeling pretty dizzy at one point. I was like, the room started spinning, the game started spinning. I was like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna go to sleep. I'll tackle this in the morning. The next morning, I log into my world, and there's just a crater. And I guess I had like a thing of, I forget what I had built. It was like a fortress that had like a lava moat or whatever that I decided to build the TNT cannon next to. So there's a crater, lava spilling out of the moat, things are on fire, and I'm just like, what the hell? And then there was a sign in the game there. No, it was a series of signs, and my friend had typed out like a message to me, and he was like, yeah, you got really messed up last night and blew this. I tried to fix it, but then I think I just did more damage. We're going to be in the dining hall at noon. I'll see you there. And I was like, all right, cool. Because he knew the first thing I would do before I even check my phone, he knew I would go on Minecraft.
You go into Minecraft and find the drunk note that he left. You're just like, hey, I left some water by the bed. Gatorade's in the fridge. Hope you had a good night.
It was like, thanks for the cover charge last night. Like, I left $10 in the dresser. There's some water, and also,
hope your head's not killing you.
We're eating at noon. It's like, thanks, man.
Thanks, bud. Appreciate it, dude. That's so awesome. Funny. Holy shit!
My God.
So I guess we're gonna play Minecraft at some point in time because,
hell yeah,
dude. I'm reliving the glory era. Yeah, I'm reliving the glory. God.
One of these days, I will recreate the God Tower.
Fun fact: I've never really played Minecraft.
Dude, so I never got into, because there's so much you can do with like redstone and stuff, and I started messing around with it, but I never got really good at it. But yeah, I was like, for me, it was like, okay, I built a stone hut and it's safe and I'm here now. And I was like, I tried to learn how to do farming and things, but most of the time I just like, I would adventure around the world and like meet the villagers and stuff and like try to steal their horses and things and like mess with them. But that's it's definitely, it's a good time, man. It's worth doing, and it's super relaxing to do too. It's just like hanging out,
super chill,
super zen, and the music is just like it's.
I've been working on nothing but that house lately, and I'm just like building a farm slowly. Like, I have a tree farm, I have I just got cows. Like, I'm just like slowly just building this settlement, and then I'm gonna be like, all right, now time to go blow shit up.
Jeez. Yeah, that was, I love the exploration part of that game. It was so much, because it was all like, it just existed. Everything was just like poof, and there it is, and you're just like, it's a whole new world. Let's go, and first explorer and stuff like that. And then like, there's always like the underwater like temples and things like that. And so there was one time we spent like a solid 2 weeks just trying to get to the temple, but we hadn't actually gotten like any diamond weapons or any armor or anything, and so we just kept dying to all of the stuff around it. But we had built I built a mine cart that went from the spawn point and just rode you across the entire world to get to this temple, so we could just, after we died and spawned, we could just go back to it and just continue trying to throw our bodies at it.
But the advanced way to do it is to create a rail network through the Nether.
Oh God.
Yeah, because in the Nether, distance, with portals, because the distance is 1/8 the size of the real world.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Jeez, so, I had no idea.
I just went across the ocean to go find those stupid spruce logs, and there's like an entire other like series of biomes that aren't near me. And so I was like, oh, this is perfect. Like, I'm in desert, mesa, and like some savanna, and that's like swamp, dark woods, whatever. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to eventually build a portal near my settlement, build a portal over there, and just connect the two in the Nether.
Oh, I had no idea. I literally,
dude, I used to watch
the longest train.
Minecraft. I used to watch so many YouTubers and learn like all I could about Minecraft.
Dude, that's crazy. I love it. Cool. Well, I'm glad we got to talk a little bit about Minecraft, but
in a D&D stream.
If you guys are, hey, it's a good warm up. I'm glad when we get a little bit of time to talk, so everyone gets their loose lips sink ships. Yeah. So, But I think we should talk about goals. We should talk about goals.
Oh yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah, this is a thing that we do at the beginning and end of every session now. So there you go. Did you brag about our Fortnite win yet, Rob? You guys
won.
Nice. All right, cool. That's awesome. It's okay. Hey, yesterday Yagi carried me to victory too.
Dude, Yagi just annihilated the last dude, and like me and Legs were just like sitting there in this factory, just dying slowly, and then it was just like shotgun blast #1, and I was like,
yeah. Yagi is just he carried us yesterday. He did it yesterday, and he wasn't even like. We didn't even have like Discord on or anything like that. He just did it silently and just killed everyone. And I was like, all right, well, I guess we win now. Yeah. All right. So sorry. Let's do goals. So I have the ones written down from last time. I'm gonna bring them up on my side. Hopefully you guys have yours written down somewhere as well.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Ignis's ones because they're the first on my list. We have Find and Save Your Dad. I'm assuming you want to keep that one.
Yeah.
Revenge on the one who ordered the poisoning of your father.
Right.
Okay. And prevent yourself from being forcibly being dragged underwater. You wanted to find a way to do
find
that.
a solution for that.
Is that something you still want to do?
I would think that like that's something that he's kind of decided. Okay, I have a potential solution. I can't really decide whether I'm done or not unless I have an opportunity to get dragged underwater.
Sure.
I mean, prevent that.
There are opportunities, but I mean, you got to kind of maybe go find them.
I would rather not, ideally, but so I have kind of a stupid question that I probably should know already.
Okay.
But because I pay attention only 90% of the time, and you're lucky you get that much.
Sure.
So these caves.
At least he admits it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. These caves that we're in, are we trying to get through the mountain in order to go to the place with the bad people, or are the bad people in the mountain?
You haven't actually asked, I don't think. But
have we not?
Yeah.
That feels right.
That sounds right.
That really
That
does.
seems like
You
us.
guys don't really ask a lot about a lot of stuff.
That sounds.
You don't know. You're literally just following Jirok right now because you were told to.
I could swear
you
that
don't.
I asked
You have no
something.
idea if Jirok's even on your side. You just you're just doing the thing. So, good luck.
I've played too many role-playing games. I played too many JRPGs. Then I just follow
follow the quest line.
Follow
right?
the objective marker
Follow
and don't
the
question
quest.
anything.
Yeah, you can do that if you'd like. There's no fault for that. Just be aware that you haven't really asked about a whole lot of stuff.
Okay, so yeah, I mean that's the thing. The goal would kind of change depending on whether we're trying to just get through the mountain or not. Because if we're just trying to get through, then the goal would be get through the mountain with everybody alive. Minus the panther, because I know what happens to animal familiars.
Okay, sure.
Excuse me. This episode.
Except the panther. Cue title screen. The episode where Rel dies.
The gang tries to kill Rel.
Yeah. Gang tries to kill Rel. Exactly.
That would be malicious irony.
You can change it to that if you'd like to, and you can because you don't know whether or not the if you're going through the mountain or not. You can say that my goal is to get everyone out alive that's in the party upon completion of the quest that Earl Reese has set for you.
That I want everyone alive at the end of the quest.
Yeah, you could just say that. You could be like, hey, because you're doing a job for Earl Reese, right?
Right.
So
yeah, that would actually fit in character because, bad things happened last time.
True, it did. So if you want, is that what you want to do?
Yeah, let's change.
You want to change that?
Just as a general, Just as a general,
Sure.
hey, I'd like everyone to actually survive this time, sort of goal.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good goal considering you've lost a good amount of people. So let's say,
I do want to be clear and say that this does exclude the animal familiar. If the animal familiar dies, I don't want that to ruin my quest.
Get every PC character
PC character
out alive. Out alive. That works. I mean, we know what that means. Cool.
I mean,
that works. All right, so that's your three.
It's actually kind of a miracle that the Panther survived that last encounter.
Also true, yeah. But we've already decided that the Panther gets death saves too, so it's he's not like super.
Which is better.
He's not gonna die super fast.
How did Latana's wolf die? Did it fail death saves?
I did not implement death saves. And I felt bad about it because it made the character feel underpowered. So I changed it.
All right.
But per game rules, the familiars don't get death saves; they just die. But yeah. So are you good with your goals then?
I think so.
Excellent.
Go with them for now.
Miara, let's talk about yours real quick.
That's mine.
You have your first goal is get info on what happened to your village and your brother.
Yes.
You have protect the group, and you want no lasting impact to yourself from being on this mission. That some of these are kind of like ambiguous, like protect the group or no lasting impact. But we did talk about this. This is more for the audience if they weren't here for. Because we talked about this after the stream last time, which is a lot of these protect goals are very ambiguous, and there's not really like a direct thing that contributes to completion of this goal or not. So the way that we're going to kind of do these protection ones is that you have to actively try to protect someone. You have to say, hey, I do this, so this happens, and there's a roll that happens that says that you do that. So the thing that with the group portion of this is like that's a large thing. So like protecting the group is a larger task than say protect X person from something or whatever. Mm-hmm. The unwritten thing here is you're protecting the group means you're protecting them from death. That's what we've kind of decided. But if you wanted to be like, hey, I want to protect this person from poison, or I want to make sure that this happens through this, but you have to actively try and do that. That's the goal there. So you have protect group and no lasting impact to yourself being on the mission. Are you okay with these goals, or do you want to change any?
I kind of want to change that second one of protect the group as to like arrive to our destination safely. Or arrive there without I don't know. Maybe I'll just
is your destination completion of the mission, or is your destination
where we're supposed to go for our mission, like
where you're supposed to go?
Yeah.
So your mission as written is there is the Orc King advisor, which apparently is some shaman of some kind, and you're supposed to stop him from doing the things that he is doing, which you saw last week, which was like this ritual thing that that they perform, or this basically the attacks that he's throwing against Earl Reist, right?
Okay.
So that's your goal. Your goal is to stop that person. Either you kill that person and they stop, or you find a way to stop them in a different way. That's your goal. That doesn't really give you a location.
Okay.
You kind of have a location because you're following Jirok, but you guys haven't asked about where that is. But you could say, arrive at the location alive.
Yeah.
You could say that. That works.
Yeah. Arrive at the location alive.
Arrive at whatever the location is. I'm going to put that in quotation marks because we'll fill that in later. Alive. Maybe we'll fill it in later. And then no lasting impact you're still okay with?
Yeah, no lasting impact.
All right. Darien, you have 3 goals as well. Protect Ignis. That's your knightly duty to protect your lord. That's one of yours. Complete the mission as set out by Earl Reist, and become closer with Miera. I do want to make a note for your second one here. I kind of, if you take some time to think about this one, maybe, because this is a group goal already, you don't have an opportunity to double your experience by completing the group goal and it being a personal goal. You know? So I think diversifying that might assist you a little bit in getting some experience you might miss out on. So I don't know if you already know if you want to change any of these, or if there's if you want
to. Are you looking at because I did write something else.
Oh, what do you have?
Are you looking at the bio?
No.
It's for
I have what,
DMIs only.
I have what I wrote down in my notebook.
Oh,
I translated to here.
No, there's something else in the bio.
Oh, okay. Yeah, hang on a second. Let me go take a look.
But that's for your eyes. Is the
That's perfect.
dope.
I didn't know that was there. So let me go
Surprise.
take a look. DM eyes only.
And against audience.
Ah,
I'm not looking.
okay.
I'm
Okay.
specifically not looking.
This is good.
Hands.
No, it's not there currently. This is absolutely secret at the moment.
Secret.
Yeah. So do you want to replace your? Well, actually, I should have just read all of these, to be honest.
I guess should
Why
it?
did I
Well,
do
they're all the same. That's just an additional.
Oh,
it could
it's an
replace
additional
number
one.
2. Is that enough? That's not
Is
like
this enough? Yeah.
it's not like a macro level goal. It's just like a
It is. It is though. It's
Is
you can make strides to do this,
okay.
right? Like you can put effort in every time you're
Yeah.
doing to make this happen.
Okay, I have to ask. Is it learning to read?
All right, listen, guys. No. No, it's something I was, reflecting on last session, and I was like, all right, let me think about how my character would be reacting to that.
Yeah. No, I like this. This is good.
So,
And secret goals are okay, guys.
nice.
Yeah, those are fine. Cool. I think that kind of covers our personal goals for the session, which is good.
Dope.
Excellent. So where we left
Duzen, can I
off-
add that as another goal? Learn to dodge mushrooms. I like that one. I like that one.
Get more dexterous is actually a thing you can do if that's something you want to do.
Okay.
You could get more dexterous or become proficient in dexterity things. You could make that a goal if you feel like it.
Maybe.
Leave it for the moment.
Yeah.
It's a good one to fall back on, I think.
I love that. I love
Yeah,
that.
that's a
Learn to
great
dodge
idea.
mushrooms. Learn to. No, I think it would be really funny because I think Darien's reaction to failing dex saves and hitting poison mushrooms, he wouldn't blame the fact that he failed a dex. Well, I mean, he failed to jump over it. He
Yeah.
would blame the fact that he's not familiar with botany. And
Right,
he's
yeah.
like, I'm gonna learn to categorize mushrooms. Darien, that's not the problem.
No one cares about the mushrooms, Darren. And he's sitting there with like a notebook, like pressing them together.
That is a
Yeah,
shroomus.
Yeah.
Poison.
A giantest
Shroomus
mushroomist. Yes.
Darien, just
yes.
don't poke it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna poke it.
I need to do this for science.
Just
For science!
And you take 10 poison damage.
For science.
Cool.
For
All right.
science!
Sure. And Darien passes out. Miara heals him once again. All right,
Using
cool.
her
I think
mind.
that solidifies our goals. If I remember correctly,
Shit.
so when we come back into our cavern, right? We're at the scene of a battle and some looting that's been done in the previous session. I believe you guys were planning on taking a long rest, and that we doled out experience previously, so you're all resting at the moment.
Yes. Let's see. I am at
The corpses of your enemies around you. Did you guys like commandeer one of these tents that's around? For you know what, we can go ahead and I'll show the map screen here real quick. So this is the scene of the crime. Just for those of you guys that weren't here or were here last time or don't remember. So there was this encampment area. There was a shaman, a couple cultist orcs, and a slave orc from the city of Erdrick that essentially went through a ritual that he succumbed to in some way and became this kind of undead thrall of a shaman. And our heroes almost had acid poured all over their bodies, but they fought the good fight and fought off some reinforcements and survived. Afterwards, they looted some bodies and found some gold, some weapons, and a a chest full of more silver ore from the previous. It looked like it had been stolen from the previous mining encampment, as well as a chest full of dynamite, which should be interesting to say the least.
No, brother.
Call it a DM gift or curse, and we'll see how that goes.
Knowing our plans,
um,
they curse.
I still
Yeah.
haven't
Yeah.
decided. I still haven't decided which of the 4 variations of how to use this dynamite I should go with.
And that's why I'm scared.
We'll see. We'll
It
see.
scares me that you have 4.
So,
That's
Did you
only
guys
because other opportunities have not presented themselves.
yet, right?
Yes.
So in this case, the bodies are strewn around. The large hulking body of that zombified ogre has most of its decayed parts is just torn open. The shaman that Jirok killed and chased down has been drugged back to the group, and I believe did you attempt the healing after this or after your short rest for Jirok, Darien? When you attempted to do the,
That was before.
I think it was during the short rest, right?
It was during the short rest. I'm looking at
Yeah.
my...
You mean when he did the lay on hands?
Yeah.
Wasn't that like
Did we
right
do a
after the
short
last
rest or a
combat?
long rest?
That was before. I think it was before
This combat.
Was it before this combat? It was before our rest currently, because I exhausted all but one of my healing points. If that's what you're asking.
I thought
Sure,
it was
okay.
right after this combat and before the long rest.
Then it was. I don't remember.
I don't
What
remember
are
either.
you trying to think
That's
of the timing in terms of like how he would be faring?
A little bit.
I don't
But that's fine.
remember when
Don't
I
worry.
did
Don't worry about it. It doesn't affect everything too much. It just affects Jirok, which is
Okay.
fine. So in this case, you guys are bedding down. Have you commandeered the tents? Where are you posted up? I know. So there was an alarm set down the hall, right? You set an alarm spell that crossed the lower right corner where that the cave continues onwards.
Right.
Um,
Can I do multiple alarm spells if it's a ritual or no?
It takes time, and I don't know the ruling on this. I think previously we've said you can, because it's a set and forget spell, right? It's non-concentration.
Right.
I
mean, if
and
that
you
were
cast
the
it as
case,
a ritual.
Yeah, is ritual 10 minutes or 1 hour?
10 minutes, I believe. It should say on the spell for a ritual. It says ritual cast at like 10 minutes or something.
Okay. Well, I mean, if that were the case, then I would probably just put an alarm over all the 3 openings. There's a third one up here, right? Oh no, that's a wall. That's a dead end.
Correct. Yep. You just haven't been over there yet.
Okay. So yeah, I just do the 2
sure.
openings.
Yeah, you can cover it. That's fine.
All right.
We'll say, especially as a ritual spell, I'll say that's fine. You take 20 minutes to do that while you guys are getting ready to bed down or whatever. What we haven't talked about recently is rations. It's been a couple days, so you guys are probably down 2 rations a piece. Darian, you're probably down.
Left.
I'm gonna call it and just be like it, because you travel like 8 hours a day and you have a torch or whatever. But I'm gonna say you're probably down about 5 torches. Right?
Okay. I just realized that I have no counter for my rations.
Yeah, I think you
I
start
don't
with
think
10.
I did either.
We start with 10.
So, and you can mitigate this by attempting to find edible mushrooms.
I'm sorry,
or
I'm not
food of some sort.
I'm sorry, how many torches?
5.
Okay. Fuck. 3. Okay, cool.
Cool. Okay. And luckily, the rest of your friends are also carrying torches on them. So
Well, yeah, and I have a counter for
light.
the bag of holding torches as well.
Oh, nice. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. That's good. Cool. So yeah, what would you guys like to do? You're gonna take your long rest. Is there a watch order?
I think we're gonna probably stick to what we've already done. I would take the
Yeah.
first 4 hours.
Okay.
And then
Sure.
Yeah, I'll take the tail end.
Okay.
Sure.
That works. So it'll be Miera, then Ignis, and then Darien. Miera, can I get a perception check from you, please?
cool. You can. Sorry, I gotta
Okay.
bring this over really quick. There we go. Perception. Hada! Yeah.
Wow. That's about par for the course.
I don't see
Wowee.
nothing.
Yeah.
Nada.
So, your watch seems to. I mean, for 4 hours, it's quiet. The fire burns relatively low. I'm assuming you left the fire on.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where have you guys bedded down, like in one of these tents or just around the fire area.
I'm sleeping where I sat down, which is like right by the fire against that log.
Sure.
Balmior's
Yeah. That
sleeping
I
over
sat
there
down
as
to
well.
rest my eyes, and then I'm tuckered.
you're done. Yeah. Jirok, he moved closer to you as well, where you were, and rolled out his own bedroll and is sleeping closer to Darien than anyone else.
Oh.
So the fire burns low, and it crackles softly, and you don't really hear or see anything. There's the dripping of like some stalactite water and things like that, and your watch goes rather peacefully, considering the amount of battle that you had just gone through. It doesn't look like anyone's come to find this group, if it was a patrol or otherwise. So your watch passes uneventfully. And next up is Ignis. So you go to wake up Ignis. Yes, you have a question? I'm sorry.
No, just to notify you, Disabled Leg says that Ignis and myself are in the wrong places.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, thank you.
This is true. This is very true.
And I looked myself, so.
There we go. Yep. So your watch passes just fine. I'm gonna go ahead and check the next
Cool.
one. Yep, it's switched on the next one too. Okay. And you go and wake up Ignis.
Yep.
Ignis, go ahead and you'd like to make a perception check for me, please.
Sure. Passive perception won't cover it.
No. When I ask you for one, you have to actually do it.
I know. I always have to ask though. And the streak continues.
Yeah. Similarly, it seems quiet. You don't hear anything. Yeah, and your watch passes peacefully. Everyone seems to be kind of hanging out.
I mean, I have an alarm spell, so
You do. Did you set it up as a audible alarm or just mental? Because there's an option.
I would probably set them both up for audible so that
Okay.
everyone hears it.
The sound it makes is the sound of a loud clanging handbell. Is
Right.
the alarm sound? Just so you know. Okay, and yeah, you wake up Darien, and Darien, you take the last 2 hours. And can you make a perception check for me, please?
Oh yeah.
16. So yeah, it seems again peaceful. Do you do anything during your watch, or are you just actively watching around and?
No, just taking a look around, seeing if I can see anything. Probably have to light a torch. Oh no, there's still a fire there.
The fire's going, and
Cool.
I assume each person on watch is keeping it at least on, if
Yeah.
low. And yeah, unless otherwise stated. You noticed during your watch that Jirok is sleeping much more peacefully than he had the previous night.
Oh.
I smiled to myself when I realized that.
Yeah. So it doesn't seem that he's as much in pain currently while he's sleeping as before, and he seems to be getting a better night's rest. Yeah. So the quote unquote night, you're underground, you have no idea what time it is, passes, and you all wake up to the smell of decaying corpses and bloodshed and your disgusting bodies.
Me of home.
Yeah. And the unwashed bodies that you are. What would you like to do?
Well, I'm gonna take the opportunity to both pour one out and generate the transform self or disguise self spell from my underpants.
Yeah, so you go ahead and cast that on your underpants. You guys see Ignis for a couple seconds reach into his pants, grab hold of something, and a small warm glow emanates from inside. Yeah. From beyond the grave, McSwiggins. Wow. Yeah. So that's what he does. I don't think any of you have actually asked about this either. He just does this.
Don't.
And,
I don't know what to do with it.
Whatever, he's a royal. He can do what he likes.
Right, something like that.
Just don't touch me after using that hand.
Oof. Yeah. Jirok kind of gives a sidelong glance at you and then looks at Darien and says, "Does he always play with himself every morning?"
Frankly, I'm afraid to ask. There's some things you just don't want to know about your charge.
He chuckles a little bit and says, "Huh, too long without a woman, I think." Unless and he looks back at
I
you
would
and
know
looks
enough.
back at him and he goes, unless you two are
What? No. I have eyes for another.
and his eyes widen and he looks over at Miara and he goes, "Oh, a good choice." He like leans in conspiratorially and like nudges and says, "A good choice."
I would have taken
Never-
it in another direction, but okay.
He's like,
Can
I
I roll a
don't
perception
really
check
like
to see if I hear this?
the
Oh,
ears.
fuck.
Sure, why not?
Oh, no.
I don't mind.
All right, let's see. I wanted to see if I could hear this because I don't know how far I decide I want to be from them.
I'm going to get got.
Yeah!
No!
So Miara, during your morning preparation, what are you doing this morning? What's going on?
Making sure
Spying on
Balmiar's
Darien.
okay, making sure I get my myself situated for the
Sure.
morning.
Yeah, so you're checking on the panther, maybe brushing him down or something like that, and,
Yeah.
getting some
Checking
of the
his
dirt
wounds
off and
such.
yeah, and grab some rations, and so you hear a tidbit of conversation, I think, where Darien and Jirok are talking, and Jirok apparently makes an assumption about him and Ignis, and you hear that Darien has eyes for another. But that's about what you hear there, because they're off to the side, kind of talking to themselves. So, but yeah, there you go.
So I know.
That's great. This morning, Jirok seems good. The veins on his neck and his face don't seem any different. They're still large and protruding, and it definitely looks like the curse of whatever it is still definitely has a hold of him, but he seems less coughy. He's not he's been awake for over 30 minutes and hasn't had a coughing fit. So it seems pretty good. Yeah. Then that you guys all notice that with your passive perception. He seems pretty good. Yeah. So what would you guys like to do? The corpses are all around you. You have put your loot into the bag of holding, as it were, and
Yep.
Yeah. What are you doing?
I'm gonna go up to Jirok and ask him, what is our destination anyway?
He looks down at you because you're much shorter than him. He's like, you're like maybe 2.5, 3 feet tall. The dude's like 7.5 feet. Just by the way, he's a monster. So he looks down at you and he goes, "Oh, I suppose we haven't discussed this. Old dwarven stronghold. Yeah. Is where we house most of the army for Valrul." And he says it's shouldn't be much more than another day away, but more setbacks like this, and he gestures around, could take more time. You know of this place?
I've not heard of the mines of Moria, no.
So he's making a reference to something you actually might know about. If you make a history roll for me, please.
Or can you say dwarven mining hall? Oh,
No. You don't remember this lesson, apparently from back in the day. It
had to do with the dwarves. Didn't
weird.
care at the time.
For some reason, it seems weird that you wouldn't know about a dwarven stronghold this close to your city. So that you pick up on that, but you don't recognize what he's talking about.
So is the leader of the I don't want to say like the orcs. The leader of
So there's two
Help me
two
out.
factions.
I'm losing the thread.
Sure. There's two factions here. You have your Orc King in the north, and then you
Right.
have his first advisor, which is the one that you've been sent on a mission to go stop.
Okay.
Which is where you're currently heading,
Yeah, and that was the guy who ordered the poisoning of my father, right?
as far as you know.
As far as I know.
Yeah, it's what Jirok has told you.
Sure, and who can trust an orc? But do we have the guy's name, the advisor?
Well, you
Oh, I
never
should write these
asked,
things down.
but but he did just he did mention a name in that sentence, Valrul, Valrul. But you don't recognize the name,
Okay.
nor do you know why he said it. But it's again another one of those things that you guys haven't asked about.
All right. Well, going off of that, is Valrul at the Dwarven Stronghold?
He nods, and continues saying, "Yes, he should be. I don't believe he's made any recent travels to his king, much of why I have defected. There seems to be a disconnect in goals."
Which it was, you said, did you say it was the king who ordered you to poison my father?
He shakes his head. "No, my king would never resort to such. I was given to Valrul, and Valrul used me to attempt to poison your father. But," and he gestures at his face, "I failed."
All right. Would I be able to tell if he's lying about who gave the order?
Sure, make an insight check.
Insight. Where's insight? There's insight.
16. Okay. Let me pull up his character sheet real quick.
Oh my god.
Dear God.
NPCs. There they are.
Has a bad feeling. Has
Yeah,
a bad feeling.
So as
Bad
far as
things
you
don't
can,
happen.
as far as you can tell, he's telling the truth.
Okay.
He's being honest.
Okay. All right. And I have a name for my target.
And he looks at you. Target. I know your mission is to stop Valrul, but killing him, I believe, will be more difficult than you can currently handle.
Well, we'll see, won't we?
He gives a little grin and says, "We shall, and I will help you."
All right.
Cool. Yeah. What else would you guys like to do?
I'm ready to move.
I think I'm
Ready
ready
to get
go
going?
as well.
We ready to
Yeah.
go?
Yeah,
The
sure.
smell's starting to get to me, so I don't want to be down here.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, it's not a pretty joint to be in right now.
No, Balmir's nose is sensitive too, so.
Sure. So marching order remains the same. Jirok in front, Ignis directly behind him, and followed up by Darien and then Miera and the Panther in the back.
Yes.
All right. Darien, go ahead and pop a torch for me. You got one for a couple hours.
Popping that ill
And
torch.
yep. And you guys proceed onwards. I would say that Jirok doesn't really have a spring in his step, but he is proceeding more quickly than he was in the previous day. So as you guys are proceeding down this direction, kind of on this main thoroughfare that Jirok is continuing to lead you down, you spend a couple hours just walking. Nothing is really happening. It's just traveling, and it seems that maybe the group that you came across was either an outpost or something that isn't regularly traversed. Can I get... Actually, you know what? With this, Ignis, with your perception, you can see that the ground in front of you is still well trod.
Okay.
But if you'd like to find out when, you can make an investigation check.
Okay. So while I do that, during this time, I wanted to also kind of hang back a little so I can talk with Darien.
Sure.
Let him know our orc guide is looking a lot better today. Whatever you did last night or yesterday, whatever time of day this is right now, seems to have done him some good. Maybe if you can keep giving him a boost, he won't die on us.
Yeah, he seems to be faring much better, my lord. I will keep an eye on him.
All right. Thank you for your service.
I just don't want to leave us completely without that ability.
Of course. All right, and then what am I doing? Investigation?
Yeah, if you'd like. So with your perception, you've noticed that the footprints that you've seen earlier and stuff like that you've been kind of following. This is a well-traversed path, right? But if you wanted to find out when, you could make an investigation check. You could stop for a bit and take a look.
I mean, worst case scenario, I make a critical failure and I fall into a hole.
Worst things have happened.
That sounds completely unlike you.
Yeah, why would I ever expect you to fall anywhere, Rel? That's
Investigation 17. It looks like most of them are older, maybe a week or so. But mixed in it seems to be a smaller group that in the last day had walked out. So you can surmise with
back
that
where we came
where
from?
you came from, correct?
Okay.
So you can surmise with that was probably the group that you just annihilated. So the rest of the footprints back and forth seem to be about a week old. So it seems to be well trod, but maybe not as often.
All right. So it sounds like, and I can let the group also know this, the last people that came up from where we were coming from recent and everyone else hasn't really been up here very often. So we will hopefully not really encounter any kind of opposition until later.
Yeah. Jirok kind of looks at you and nods and he says, mostly scouting parties, not very often traveled. My brothers and I use this more than others.
All right.
Oh, I'll stay on my guard anyway.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, so you guys continue onwards for, again, like an hour or so. So whatever you guys want to talk about, if anything. Otherwise, as you continue forward, Ignis, again, because you have such high passive perception now, you notice that the ground in front of Jirok, as he's going, it looks like it's getting, you can see a little bit, and it looks like it's wet, soft, loamy. Not the hard-packed dirt that you've been walking on this entire time.
Okay. Are there troglodytes this deep?
Jirok looks back over at you, continuing walking towards this, and he seems to not notice, and he says, "Didn't know the other ones were here. Don't know."
Uh-huh. All right. Well, good time to test my little experiment as any.
Okay. You're testing an experiment. Should I know about this?
No, the magic underpants.
So, Jirok is getting. Do you stop him, or he just keeps walking?
I mean, we're just going down the one tunnel. Any kind of side paths? Nothing like that.
There are a couple smaller ones, but you've been ignoring them generally because Jirok is leading you on what he thinks is the best way. He doesn't seem to notice the dirt in any way.
Okay. So are there any rivers coming up? Any kind of underground streams, pools, lakes, things like that?
You're just asking him? He says, yes, large underground river up ahead. Maybe half a day's walk.
Uh-huh. Half a day's walk. Does that river ever flood?
He shrugs. Don't know much about rivers.
Huh. And there's
you've been walking this whole time, right?
Presumably.
Okay. At this point in time, Jirok steps onto the loamy kind of wet soil, and I'm going to need him, Ignis, and Darien
No, boy.
to all make dexterity saves for me, please.
Oh, you know I'm great at those.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
You have a +1.
Oh, I'm sorry. You asked for a save.
It's the
Yep.
same thing.
Oh, okay.
Unless, are you proficient in both dexterity check? Well,
No, I'm
are
not
you
proficient in dex.
in saves?
No.
Okay, then it's the same.
Okay.
Okay, and okay, can I get Rels?
You said everybody else.
No,
No,
I
No,
said
you said the three of
I
us.
said Jirok,
Oh.
Ignis, and Darien.
You
well,
can't
and
get
I'm-
out of this, mister.
I'm in the back.
As
the
much
next
as
save.
I may want to.
So Jirok, as he's turned around talking to you about a river, takes another step forward. The ground falls away beneath him, and him and Ignis and Darien go tumbling downwards. Miera, you watch as this 15-foot swath of earth opens up in front of you,
Oh,
and
geez.
your friends plummet about 15 feet down,
Good lord.
landing onto the ground. All of you guys have succeeded on your saves, so that's nice. So
Yeah, that's
you're gonna
great.
take
That's nice.
half of this.
Oof.
So you'll take.
Oh,
Wow,
thanks
I
a
rolled
lot.
really high. Holy moly!
Oh,
You'll each take 9 damage apiece
Oh my
as
God.
you land hard on the ground beneath you. And you get up and maybe Jirok brushes himself off and looks up and finds Miera back there and grunts a little bit. And yeah, well, there you go. What would you like to do?
Are
You're
you
now
all
15
alright?
feet in a hole.
I'd like to get a running list of the signs that a pitfall trap is ahead.
Well, you can always make investigation checks when stuff is interesting to you.
I'd also like to get a running list of times I should ask for an investigation check.
When in doubt, ask.
Always.
right.
And I'll say yes or no.
Okay.
Yeah. So you've landed down. The dirt has fallen away. But from where you were, it looks like it was a soft area, and you look around, and it seems you're in an actual old mining shaft where the scaffolding itself had rotted out, and you've collapsed down into a tunnel that was running underneath the one that you were in. So ahead of you, again, it just proceeds down further into the mountain, and behind you, it goes back the way you came, but you don't necessarily know where each of these things are going. And every 10 to 15 feet or so is another wooden scaffolding that is holding this mine area open. So you are now down there, and Miera is 15 feet above you, behind where the ground fell away, with her panther staring down at you.
Idiots. A lot of you.
Basically.
Why did it have to be pitfalls?
You know,
What
you
would you
were
like to do?
just making a goddamn joke about the pitfall before.
Yeah, I know.
Bastard.
See, now I'm trying to think.
Do you need
Well-
any help getting back up?
Actually, I was wondering if we should help you get down. Where does this mine shaft lead?
Are you asking
I'm
Jirok?
actually asking, yes.
He looks around and he didn't know this was here.
Hmm.
I'm not much of a miner.
You don't say. Would there be any way for me to tell which direction it goes? Like if it just continues on in the same direction as we've been going?
As far as, well, from what you could see from your dark vision above and where that was going, and what you can see from your dark vision now in the second passage below, you can't tell from the twists and like the turns ahead of you where these two things are going.
I don't know. I feel like breaking the game or something and just following this particular path.
Are you saying breaking the game out loud to your
No,
companions?
No.
What was that? It's like
This
Ignis
sounds really
comes
meta,
off-
then probably no.
Ignis comes off as being like super insane to the other characters, but he
Yeah,
actually
it's always-
understands he's in a game.
Yeah, he's
Like,
totally
achieved
metagaming the entire
self-awareness.
time. Yeah, he's
He's-
metagaming the whole
He
time.
solved the maze.
He actually
Yeah.
sounds insane, even if he isn't actually metagaming.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those like Jim Halpert moments where he just looks at the camera and goes, "Maybe we go this way." It's just like you're just an Office character now. Congratulations. Yeah. What would you like to do?
I don't know. I wonder, because if we encounter any more of those scouting parties, it would be from up above. But if this path leads in the same direction, we can potentially follow it and just go beneath them.
I don't know. Uncharted territory seems like a good way for us to run into mushrooms, troglodytes, anything really that wants to kill us.
I mean, there's going to be things that want to kill us. We're
Jirok
alive.
chuckles at that. Sounds like you had similar lives to me.
Well, I know, and I'm going to address this to Jirok. I know that you only know one way, or at least the best way, but could we follow this path for a while and see if it leads us to the same place or in the same direction?
He shrugs. He's sure. Lead on. And he looks up at Miera and says, "Are we leaving the elf?"
No. Will you be joining us?
I just out of curiosity for the DM and to kind of get an image.
Sure.
How big is the crater that is now in the floor?
So you're in
Can
you're
I
in an
get
upper.
around it, or could I or would I have to try to jump over it?
Well, okay. So here's what the hole looks like to you. You're in a cavern, right? So it's a roughly circular stalactites, stalagmites up and
Right.
below. And it looks like a sinkhole opened up, right? So some of the side walls have fallen in, and at the edge of where you're standing precariously is a 15-foot gap to the other side of where it looks like the hole stopped. So you could attempt to climb across or do something with a rope, or make an attempt. You could try to jump. Jumping, I think, is I forget what jumping is classified as, but I know it's your strength modifier that affects your jump distance.
Right.
So if I think I could probably find it here in a second, but you let me know what you want to do, and I'll look it up.
Yeah. Because I'm mainly
Especially if
just
it's
trying
a
to get a
long jump.
visual. So if they're from where they fell, there's like a path that's behind them, and then a path that's also forward from them. So it's like there were two levels, like if there were two floors.
Correct. It looks like these two trails had. It looks like they've fallen into a mine that's even older than the ones that you were in.
Right.
So it looks like they've just crossed each other at a certain point, with the upper one not knowing that the lower was there, and the lower one being significantly older, as evidenced by the
Gotcha.
scaffolding being rotted.
Gotcha. Well, my question is, how heavy is Balmiar?
How heavy is the panther?
Yeah, how heavy is the panther?
Sure, I could find that for you. It might be on his character sheet, to be honest.
Because I'm looking right. I might have to look at his actual
Hang on.
bio and info. Bio and info. Yeah, I don't see it.
Hang on. Jeez, really? I'm gonna have to look up how much does a panther weigh. It's totally worth it. I love this.
How much does a panther weigh?
How
Sounds like
much?
the beginning to a really annoying word problem in math class.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I would call it the average of like 180 pounds.
Maybe I
You
don't
think
know.
they're 100? I think they're
No, I
probably.
think I would say probably somewhere between 90 and 120.
Apparently, the average for a jaguar
is between 120 and 210.
Yeah. So like
So-
180.
So is yours on the? Yeah, you could call it 180. That's a good average.
We'll say 180. Okay, that's fine. And I know I had my weight on here at some point, so I'm just trying to see what I can do.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out. Okay, I am 90 pounds.
Yeah, you are itty bitty.
Yeah. Oh man.
Wow.
Let's see. Because my idea initially was like, okay, I'm gonna take sickle and sword, have Balmiar hold on to my back, and then slide down the wall because I don't think I have rope in my bag.
No, a better idea would be to
Ride him down the wall.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
depend. What pack do you have?
It's Dungeoneer's pack.
You have rope.
Cool.
I think you might also have climbing spikes.
All right. Now for I'm assuming Balmiar would also have to make
A Dungeoneer's pack has the backpack, a crowbar, hammer, 10 pittons, which are climbing spikes, 10 torches, tinderbox, rations, water skin, and 50 feet of hempen rope.
Okay. I'm gonna use my climbing spikes to try to climb down the mountain or climb down the side.
Sure. So what are you doing?
So Miara's going into her pack. She grabs out the climbing spikes and whatever rope that she would need. Sees if there's a support rock of some sort to tie the rope to.
So there's a stalactite you could tie it to, or you could try to drive a spike into the like a crux in the stone wall.
I'll do it to the stalactite.
Okay, so you want to loop the rope around the stalactite?
Yep, and then wrap it around my waist.
Sure.
And I'm going to start climbing my way down with the climbing spikes.
And your panther. So climbing down with the climbing. So how are you getting down? The way I see this is like, okay, here's your stalactite or stalagmite
right.
wrapped around.
Yep.
About 5 feet, 10 feet away is the drop off.
Right.
And it's just open from there.
Right.
So where are you putting the rest of your spikes, I guess is my question for
Oh,
climbing.
because I was thinking on the wall that was like start from the wall that's like the crater. Because unless the walls have just completely caved out entirely.
So some of them have like opened up. So there's like maybe 5 to 6 feet of like wall, like, or in between, right? It looks like these caverns were really close together. Like,
right.
there's like 6 foot of thickness between the two of them, and at this juncture where they cross each other is where it has fallen out. So you probably have about 5 or 6 feet, so it would be a 10-foot drop below that's open if you wanted to go where the wall or the floor is. So you could get one. I mean, it's like one body length,
Right.
and then there's an open drop.
Because like the way.
But I mean, you could just backwards climb down the rope if you felt like it.
Yeah, I think I'm
You
gonna
just
try
toss
to
the rope
do
over
that.
the side and just
Yeah.
climb down the rope.
Yeah, I think I'm
Yeah.
gonna try to do that.
That's significantly easier, I think, than trying
Yeah.
to drive a bunch of spikes. Sure. Yeah, you can do that. Go ahead and so wait, what's Balmiar doing?
Balmiar. This is also a good one. I think he's just gonna try to make the jump down, because there's not much.
Sure.
Yeah.
If he does that, he will make the dex save and have to.
Yeah.
He'll take half damage for the fall.
Is it gonna be the same one damage that they took, or is it just gonna be a different?
Yep, it's 2d10.
Okay. Oh, okay. No, I was asking if it was gonna
fall.
be that 18, half of that 18, or
No, it would be a new roll.
You would have to do. Okay. Yeah, he'll do that.
So he'll okay. Sure. So go ahead and make a dex save. So it'll be just a dex check for him.
Dex. Boom.
17. All right. So he succeeds, and he'll take half of this. Essentially, he leaps down 20 feet and kind of has to
Dies.
like shoulder roll over. Like he doesn't, it's a long drop. It's a long drop.
Cat,
he is a cat. I don't see. He's not a human character, so I can't give him the same things that like he would do.
Yeah. He's a cat. Cats land on their feet.
Right, and so he might be able to do this just as well without taking damage. Because, like, man, I've seen a jaguar jump 20 feet off a thing and kill something.
Exactly.
Right? Like, it doesn't take damage.
No, exactly. It's like that's its every
No,
day.
it damages
You
the
know what?
ground.
You know what? Yeah, that's. I think with a 17, it would have been a DC 15 anyways. I say he doesn't take any damage. He's a giant cat that does jumping things for a living. Like this is what he does. I feel like he's okay with that. Yeah. I think that's
he
okay.
looks over at Darien and just like.
Oh my.
Just so that everyone is clear in my thinking, I think that if we follow this and see if it goes in the same direction as where we should be going, then we should continue to follow this path. But if not, we can always just return here and climb back up.
Sure. Do you tell the party that, or are you just saying that?
Yeah,
out
I'm
loud?
just gonna tell people that. Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Miera, you are climbing. Climbing is a strength check. So go ahead and just make a DC. Shouldn't be too hard. DC 11 strength check.
Okay. I just click strength in the.
Yep. Oh, athletics. Excuse me. Go ahead and hit athletics because I think you have proficiency.
Yes, I do.
24. Yeah. So in one swift move, you have lassoed one of the like earth spikes coming out of the ground, and you leap backwards, swing down, and slide down like it's a fireman pole, and land on the ground. And you are unharmed, and the rest of your rope is just sitting there. So the drop itself is 20 feet, and so you've got maybe 5 or 10 feet up there. So you have like 30 feet of rope that's just hanging there. So the rest of the 20 is like kind of coiled on the ground as you dropped it there. So what would you guys like to do? You're now all down here.
I'm gonna reach up and grab as high as I can. Actually,
Sure.
no. Who's the tallest character here right now?
York.
Jirok, for sure.
Jirok. I'm gonna ask Jirok. Jirok, could you reach up as high as you can and like kind of cut up the last bit of this rope so I can save as much as I can?
Sure. You save 30 feet of rope.
Cool.
Easy enough. He nods, grabs his belt knife, and slashes it off as high as he can. And you save about 30 feet of rope there. And now there is 20 feet of rope hanging off the edge of this weird chasm that has been created.
Yeah, I was gonna kind of mention that if you could just recover the rope in its entirety, we probably wouldn't get spotted by other scouting parties.
Hopefully we'll move
But that
faster.
probably won't come back to bite us. I'm sure we'll be fine.
Well, now you just gave him the idea, so...
Acting like I didn't already think of this.
Yeah, come on now.
Trying to act like you didn't think of this.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, what would you like to do? You're all down here now.
I say we just continue on, and if the tunnel curves away from where we should be going, and it doesn't right itself, like, I don't know, give it an hour, then we just head back and climb back up.
Sure.
All right. I go where you go.
I guess my curiosity is at what indication we'll talk about it, I guess.
I'd just like ask Jirok to just let us know if the tunnel curves away from the direction that you expect it to go. That it normally goes.
So you want Jirok to remember the previous times he's been in here and have memorized the path and the curves that it takes from this point when it's a multiple day journey.
Oh, I already know how this is going to go wrong, but sure.
If he knows the route by heart, then he should know an idea.
He can try.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh God. Great. No, this will be great.
So you just want to start walking, and then you'll have him assess it after an hour?
Sure.
Sounds good. Cool. Yeah, we can do that. So you what's the marching order now? Are you leading?
No,
same. So Jirok is just walking down this area here. Okay. So the mine continues. Every 10 to 15 feet, there's definitely those the scaffolding structures that are holding back the earth and stone and things like that. And it looks like this area, you can tell as you walk by, there's a lot of these like veins that look like they have been mined out, right, by pickaxe markings and things like that. Easily enough, you can tell they'll be like, there used to be something here and now it's gone. You can take a look closer at that if you'd like to.
Sure, why not?
And make an investigation check.
I will investigate the crap out of everything from now on.
Sounds good.
You've made me paranoid, sir.
That went well.
And then Ignis walked into a wall.
Ignis, you get curious about some of the what looks like basically like looking at an ant farm, right? Like how ore is mined out and with pickaxes and things like that, and you look at it, and you can't really tell what was there or what used to be there.
I just stare like an idiot. Ooh, sparkly.
Yeah, something like that.
He really is insane, isn't he?
Yeah, you guys see Ignis approach the wall, brush it gently with his hand, say "ooh, sparkly," and then return to the group, I guess.
Makes eye contact with Balmiar.
Darien,
Balmiar with the best of a
silently
panther
judges
ability.
him.
Yeah, Balmiar with the best of a panther ability shrugs. You don't really know how a panther has picked up how to shrug.
Panther
But
doesn't
it
even
looks
have
like-
shoulders, but
It does
It
have
looks
shoulders.
like
They're just not the same as yours.
He does a little deal, and you notice it for a minute, and you're like, you're probably gonna have to talk to Balmiar about that later. You don't really know how much human mannerisms the panther is picking up. Yeah.
Oh,
Scooby-Doo.
man.
Yeah.
Well, at least I got that one crit fail out of the way.
I love it. I love it.
The one, yes.
Not the one, of course.
Oh yeah, just one. That's our MO, all right. Just one.
Yeah.
Just one. Yeah, so you guys you continue onwards down down this direction, and it seems to be going deeper. The gradation and Ignis, you notice this because your perception is freaking high.
Yeah.
So you notice that the gradation for this mine shaft definitely goes steeper. There's some drop-offs where you guys kind of like it just there's a little ledge, and like there's an old ladder there, and like you climb down the ladder and stuff like that. So like now you're 10 feet even further down, and you continue going down and down and down into this area for the next hour.
Okay.
And the mine seems to continue onwards. There's definitely mine shafts that like lead off in different directions. Like there's branching locations where you see some that have some tracks that lead off down to the right hand side as you walk by it.
Tracks as in mine cart tracks,
Yep.
as opposed to people tracks.
We're going on a
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what the easiest for you to notice. You do see evidence of basically a really old mining operation. The tracks don't look actually if someone would like to make an investigation check on the mining implements and tracks and things that you find.
Heck yeah, I would.
I'm making an assist.
All right. There you go. Miara is assisting you investigating with this. Make it at an advantage.
Thank you, Miara.
Making an assist.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Oh yeah.
You're welcome.
Okay.
No, that crit would have
so-
been my roll anyway, but
Yeah, so you find a good amount of and this is good. I like this. This is fun. The tracks in particular, the minecart tracks, seem very interesting. There's a marking on the basically one of the iron bars that make up these tracks, and you can see it every once in a while. It's like it's been stamped with a with some kind of symbol. Either Ignis or Miara, since you are the guys that are looking at this, can you what kind of check is this? I believe it's probably history.
Oh boy.
I have some awesome history scores.
Make a history.
Yeah. Am I doing this with the advantage?
Is Miara helping?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. Like we're just talking about history. Hey, do you remember the thing in the thing?
So yeah, a 15. You sort of recognize it. It's some kind of dwarven rune. It's definitely dwarvish, and it seems to be a letter of some kind. And you kind of pick up that it's maybe the stamp of where this was forged. That it would have been stamped and then utilized in the building of these tracks. Yeah, so you notice that. As additionally in your investigation of the entire, like as you go, I'm taking this as the investigation of the area. You stop every once in a while when you find something interesting. Like the ladder itself is old and kind of rotted, but the wood seems to have held up a little bit. It seems to be kind of like that. There's different mining implements that you walk by, like pickaxes, shovels, things like that. But all seemed very old, in disrepair. Some of them rusting. And you also notice on the tracks, interestingly enough, some of the track spikes are actually a different metal. They're not iron, they're silver. So in some of these track spikes, they're actually made of silver.
And remind me, this is a ladder that's just lying around.
It's basically what I've taken is that this is the investigation check for you having walked in the last hour.
Right.
So the ladder was something that was like on a wall that was a 10-foot drop down further, and as you kept walking, you started noticing these tracks. Yeah, so this is like a whole. You've been traveling, you made these perceptions, you looked around, and now you've investigated some of the area, and you've been doing this for the last hour as you've been walking.
Okay. All right. Oh, jeez. And the ladder would just lead down into a whole other tunnel going in an entirely different direction.
You've already been down the ladder. This is what I'm saying. It was like during your walk, you went down a ladder.
Okay.
And that's where the tunnel continued.
That's the one part that I missed.
Okay. And there's been branching pathways as well. Like that's where you notice that the minecart ran, like the tracks ran in a different direction, down a different tunnel. But there's also been other branching paths, and you've just been kind of what looks like you're just walking down deeper and deeper into some sort of mine. You made a check to see if you could figure out what type of mine, and you couldn't put it together.
Well, it must be a silver mine, given what they've been putting into the tracks. Would I be able to know exactly what? Like, I know you said that the rune was like indicating who made it, but would I be able to tell who exactly this mine belongs to?
That was kind of your previous history check that you made when you were checking with your rock.
Okay.
With the additional knowledge, I don't know if it's enough for you to make that again.
Right.
You know you know that these tracks are apparently of dwarvish make. You know now that Jirok has told you that there's a dwarven stronghold down here that you don't know of.
Well, actually, you
don't really know.
Right. If we're following these tracks, it really should lead back to the stronghold eventually.
Well, you're at the tracks now, so you have your tunnel that is going down, and it continues onwards with the scaffolding and stuff like that. And you're at a crossroads where the tracks cross it and goes down two separate tunnels, like this.
Oh, fun!
So you're at a crossroads. You're at a junction essentially.
All right.
And so you've made a stop, and you're looking at the tracks.
All right. So I guess I'll ask Jirok. Have you been able to determine if we're going the right direction? More or less in the same direction as you always go.
He'll attempt to make a intelligence check to see if
oh boy, an intelligence check by an orc.
He remembers enough about where he's at in relation to the previous cave. Jirok looks around and looks back at you, and he goes, "Not a dwarf. Don't take to tunnels very well. I do not know if this is the correct direction. Don't know if this matches the upper tunnels. I know that." He looks around. "From what you've told me, dwarven make, mines, dwarves like mines. Maybe this leads back. I do not know."
All right, and we have two tunnels branching off in two different directions.
So you have the tunnel back, the tunnel forward, and then you have the ones where the tracks run across. So you have one to the right and one to the left.
Yeah. Any thoughts?
Let's see.
My theory is that if we follow the tracks, we will eventually either run into a dead end or the Dwarven Stronghold, because they're presumably have tracks that take their stuff to the stronghold, or at least to somewhere nearby. I don't know which tracks to follow.
We just have to be careful because some of these tracks might loop around.
They might. So we should make a mark on the wall to make sure that if we do loop around, we'll know that we have. Yeah. Okay. Can we what do we have? You know what? We got climbing pitons. We can just scratch a mark on the wall.
All right.
So you pick a corner where there's some stone and you make a mark. What does your mark look like?
Ah. I'm just gonna write McSwiggan's name. It's familiar. No one's gonna know what the heck it is. No one's gonna have any indication of.
Jirok is
we
like,
were here.
what is a McSwiggins?
But
No
like
one's gonna know that we were
McSwiggins was
here.
a dwarf, and if I don't know if that's gonna have anything to do with.
And if you can't figure out what he did based on his name, then there's no hope for you, sir.
Sure. Yeah, you write McSwiggan's name in common on the wall.
Yeah.
McSwiggins was her, and yeah, that works.
And it's also, no one's gonna realize that we're here, but it may have just been some random dwarf that wrote it. Except,
Sure.
it's recently carved and all that.
Yeah.
Oh. All right. Let's go to the right. Follow the tracks to the
So
right.
You're gonna go follow the tracks to the right.
Sure. We'll see if
Sure.
they loop around.
So you're trying to see if they go in a circle.
Or if they just lead us to the Dwarven stronghold. Why not?
Yeah,
Sure.
wherever
So
they
you
lead
you
us.
follow the tracks. Yeah. So you continue onwards in much the same way as before, and uneventfully you just follow the tracks for a while. You continue to notice that this area has been mined. Again, some abandoned mining implements are laying around every once in a while, like old torches that are no good anymore, or old lanterns that seem to don't have. I mean, if you want to take a look at them, they're over there. You can look at them. You haven't seen any actual mining cars yet, but you just continue onwards.
Would I be able to tell if mining carts have been down this way recently?
I don't believe that the wear and tear on the tracks is going to be noticeable to you. The tracks themselves seem to be in relative disrepair, and the wood that binds the rails together is rotting. So I'm not sure if you can tell that a single minecart has been in a direction.
All right.
You can probably, if you'd like to tell how long ago each of this was put here, or how long it's been in disrepair, you might be able to figure that out.
Okay. I'll give that a try. That's investigation.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot to click away from advantage.
That's fine. Still, we take the first number.
Okay.
These tracks are ancient. The pitting and the iron and some of the soft silver that's been used as spikes. It seems to be in very much disrepair, and you surmise it's been well over 500 years.
Huh. Okay. Then something I'd want to ask Jirok. How do you know how long ago? What's his name? Valrul and the other orcs came to this dwarven stronghold.
We came when our king found it, maybe a year and a half ago.
Was it abandoned?
Very much so. Corpses of dwarves everywhere. Looks like they didn't die well.
Okay. As if I didn't like being down here
Horrible.
enough already. All right. Keep going then.
Sure. So you continue to follow the tracks.
Sure.
Okay. I think at this point in time, it's been almost an hour and a half, and we're gonna take a short break, and we'll be back in just a couple of minutes. Some of this is for me to prep the map that I want for the next area, as well as to get some water. So we'll be back in just a little bit, guys, maybe 2 or 3 minutes, so don't go anywhere, and we'll come back to part 2 of DieFall in just a little bit. Hang on.
Right.
I was gonna mess with some of this stuff, and I was trying to fix some of the things I broke earlier, but fuck it, we're gonna have to do it later. So we're back. Welcome back.
Hey, you got everyone in the right place.
That's yeah.
important.
I broke literally every end thing that I have, which is fun. And I did it like right when we were supposed to be starting, so that's unfortunate. Regardless, you guys are continuing to walk down this abandoned mine area. You've made the investigation check to figure out that this is real old. Ignas is taking a look, and it's at least 500 years old is when this was built or last in use actively. I think continuing onwards in this path, you keep walking for a couple hours or so, and it's still winding down. The tracks continue to go, and it seems to be a very long passageway. Yeah. So up ahead, Ignas, you notice that some of the scaffolding looks a little rotted out and broken. There seems to be some dirt bulging and dripping from the ceiling.
Okay, I'm gonna let people know because that sounds like something that might collapse.
Sure. So you let the group know?
Yeah, just take a moment. Let's stop and just make sure that it's safe to proceed.
Okay.
Because
So the
Pitfall's
area
bad,
you're in,
but cave-in is worse.
the area you're in is maybe 15 feet across. It's rather large, right? The tracks kind of run down the center of it, and every 10 to 15 feet or so is this scaffolding, and up ahead, Ignas, I assume you point out what you're looking at.
Yeah.
Right. And you all see ahead that it looks like some of the scaffolding is rotted out a little bit up ahead. And it looks like if jostled in a certain way, it might cause an issue.
Actually good to know. Okay. Do we want to continue on or should we turn back?
I mean, and we should go wherever we think is probably going to go. What if this seems dangerous? I don't recommend that we go this way.
If we continue to find more and more rotted scaffolding, like a very increasing degree of decay, we probably shouldn't go much further.
Right. So maybe
I
we
just don't
go.
think it's safe.
We turn back. Go the other route.
What's
Then
around
yeah,
us immediately? Is it still just a tunnel going forward? Is there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you've walked another hour down this way, from where that junction was, and it's essentially a continuation of the tracks and some mining stuff. Fewer and farther between. It's just basically you're following these tracks deeper down.
I'm assuming there's like little like rocks and stuff like around us.
Yeah.
And such.
Mm-hmm.
How like close are the support beams? Like the one that we're at, and then the next one. Is the next one visible?
So the one that you're at currently, I mean, it looks fine if old. But the next one is about 15 feet away, and that's where Ignas has noticed that it seems to have rotted out, and it doesn't look like the upper support is there. And that it seems that the earth above it seems soft, and you're not sure what. You can make a check here to see if you notice anything more about that area than the.
So what would that be? An investigation or perception?
Yep, that's definitely an investigation.
I would certainly like to help out with that.
Cool.
Sure,
let's
go
do
for it.
I got to roll on advantage. Just do that, and then do this little bit. Sorry about the slam doors. People just don't know how to close doors soft. Bam.
Yeah. Yeah. So you make an investigation here, and it looks like So you have the support you're at looks okay. You notice where the sagging begins. You kind of walk up and you start looking at it a little bit closer. Not enough that you're like under it or anything, but you start looking a little bit closer to get a good investigation on it. And Ignis comes to help you, and you see that the upper one has rotted, and then the one further down the way, about 10 feet down, has also rotted. So it looks like it's about a 15-foot area where the scaffolding has not or doesn't support 100% of what is up there anymore. You're not super sure like what's above you. Obviously, you don't know what's through the dirt there or the stone or rock, but you can tell that if you're careful and you don't really disturb anything, you're probably gonna be okay passing under it.
All right. And we just walk softly and don't tap anything with the big stick.
I was going to say, if it didn't look safe, we really wanted to check, we could always see if one of the strong ones could throw a rock at it, see if it made it collapse.
What's above us? And by that I mean, what's above the ceiling? Because if the dirt is soft, it makes me think that maybe we're passing under that underground river.
Is it
That's
wood
a
rot?
good point.
It could be the wood could be warped from moisture.
Yeah, which tells me that we probably don't want to intentionally try collapsing anything.
We just swim up. It'll be fine. It's
Oh,
our escape route.
Oh,
Darren,
sure.
it's not a good idea.
Oh, sure. I'm sure you can swim in that. Plate mail.
Plate mail.
He does
No,
not.
wait.
He doesn't. He's not in plate yet,
It's chain mail, right?
but he's also stronger than all of you, so he might be able to.
That's true. That's
If
true.
it's a gushing current, who knows?
I got this.
Yeah. I would suggest not throwing a rock.
Yes, that's why I was.
Poke it with a stick.
But I would suggest proceeding with caution. And just, well, let's say more caution than we did with the mushrooms.
Glances over at Darien.
Sure. So would you guys like to pass underneath it?
Walking very carefully.
Yes.
Cautiously, yes.
I will need dex checks from everyone, please.
Oh
Sure.
boy.
Because you're going to walk in this direction, and we're going to see
Nope.
how
Don't even bother with the
softly
rest.
how softly you walk. My assumption is being made. No, we do need to bother with the rest.
All right, fine.
Wait.
My assumption is being made that Jirok is still leading.
Yes.
Ignis is behind, then Darien, and then Miera.
Okay.
Okay.
Now these are we're clicking the dex that's on the far left and not in the saving throw, I'm assuming.
Yeah, this is not a saving throw. Oh, you know what?
I don't have proficiency
'Cause
anyway,
I
so.
do this every time. Does someone have Darien, do you have proficiency in acrobatics?
No.
Okay, so it's the same roll. Okay, yeah, but you can make an acrobatics check with it. If you have proficiency, so you can go ahead.
No,
and do
I
that
don't
as
have
well.
proficiency in
Cool.
acrobatics. So it's just the dex on.
It
on
is just-
the far left.
Right, or I mean, make it with acrobatics because I got to get more in the habit of just instead of saying dex, there's a particular skill
Okay.
that applies here.
So just
So-
click acrobatics in the thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
And
And then Balmiar.
Balmiar as well.
That's just a regular dex because it doesn't have anything else.
Yeah. So you guys proceed down the hallway underneath this this kind of protruding, sagging area. It seems to be dripping a little bit.
oh god, I'm just looking at all these other rolls, and then
And as you guys kind of become, about centered on this 15-foot swath, Darien, I think you might trip. Do you
I
want to
put some-
describe to
Really?
me?
I
That
put some
seems so
suggestions in the
unlikely
Twitch chat,
given
by
my
the way.
previous role.
Darien, I think
Put some suggestions for what he can do.
Oh boy. Here we go.
sees a cockroach and feels the need to kill it. Darien, what happens?
Where does
Why
this
do you fail the check? What happens? I want you to tell me what happens.
What's the marching order?
Jirok, Ignis, Darien, Miera, and Balmiar.
I know what he was trying to do.
So Miara wouldn't be near Ignis because they were helping each other look at things.
This is another like hour down the
Okay.
yeah.
All right. So not looking at her ass.
I knew exactly.
I mean I was asking about marching order, but yeah.
I was picturing our battle, and namely my slaying of the ogre rather,
Sure.
and how cool I must have looked.
Holy Avenger blazing with a divine energy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And so sure, yeah. So Darien, as you guys are walking, he all of a sudden he remembers back to how cool he looked, and in his reverie, he gets a little shadow boxy maybe, and he kind of punches out at the wall, and each of you feel a vibration begin to rumble as the earth that he punches cracks and wavers as it climbs up the wall. Darien, in amazement
Looks
of
at
his
his
own
fist.
strength,
I am a god.
in amazement at his own strength, too late to dodge out of the way. I need everyone to make dexterity saving throws.
Run!
Again!
I'm sorry, what? Oh. That's really loud.
For Balmiar, it's a
Wow.
regular dex throw.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. I need dexterity
That's
saving throws
great.
from everyone. As the crack climbs up to the top, the entire roof caves down in on you guys. And we need to see what happens.
Did I?
Water and dirt come pouring out.
Am I gonna have to waste a stick of dynamite blasting our way to safety?
Not a pretty sight. 13, 14,
Did
Darien
mine not go
13,
through?
Balmiar 6. Nope, you're there.
Okay.
And then I need one for Jirok here, real quick.
Oh
I
god.
got an error. It said you wanted to send the result as a roll to the turn order, but no valid token was selected.
See, I
That's
remember-
initiative.
I remember
what he was asking.
McSwiggins getting us in trouble with his mouth.
Darien
is getting us in trouble with his feet.
So yeah, that's
I'm just
and
troubled.
Jirok there.
Oh man.
I think this one is also
Oh, did I not?
sorry, hang on. I had this written up and I don't remember where it is now. The yeah, so 13, 14, 18, 6 and 13. So those of you that have over a 4 or a 15, you'll take half of this. The rest of you will take the full damage as rolled here.
Ow.
So
I'm just trying
Jirok
to take a look
takes
at
6, and I believe the rest of you take the full 12.
Oh,
As the
God.
earth and water and stone come crashing down in on you, it looks like there was maybe a pocket of water that was above, like maybe a small stream or rivulet or something like that caused this to rot out over time. It doesn't seem to be the raging river that was spoken of earlier, the large underground river, but definitely enough that over time, in this thinner part of the cave had begun to rot and set this little area in motion. So Jirok here, I need to evaluate his health. He has.
Oh man, I'm I don't know about you guys, but I'm popping the healing potion.
Okay. That's enough of that, boys. That's enough of that. M4 copyright. So there we go.
Oh no! I forgot.
Yeah. Weird, right? How this is gonna end up somewhere else. Yeah, so you guys have all of your health and stuff. You're all soaked, dirty, hurt, and it looks like it's washed out a lot of the cave there, and above you it looks like you can see basically some darkness, and there's like from the left side the wall is just like dripping, like this stream is now running into the cave that you're in, and so some water is pooling around you. Slowly. It's not like gonna drown you immediately, but it is pooling down below you and around you. Everything's dripping and muddy now.
To be fair, I said we should turn back.
You did. Healing potions, anyone?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pass out healing potions to everybody. Just get that out of the
Sure.
way.
Yeah, go ahead and roll for everyone then. Because
Especially-
Jirok wants one too.
All right. Roll 2d8. This will be for me.
Okay.
Let's say this is for Darien.
Okay.
Jeez, I'm getting 6s all day.
Neat.
Miera. Oh, there we go.
Oh shit.
And I'm giving one to Jirok. Okay.
9.
And last one to the Panther.
Balmyor.
All right, there we go.
Cool. All right, excellent.
Primary. Okay.
You guys walk to the other side of where this cave-in happened, and Ignis is reaching in his bag and starts passing out all of these things. Jirok looks at it.
Here's yours. Here's
Yeah,
yours.
and he
here's yours.
downs it, feels a little bit better. There you go. So that's the one use of that for the day for everyone.
Yeah.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
my god. So is it fair to say that the way back is completely impassable now?
It's gonna be difficult if you want to try to do it.
No.
I think we keep going.
No.
I think at this
If
point,
we move quickly, we should be fine, and if safely, it'll be even fine.
Yeah, so it's definitely caused a bit of a cave-in in that area. I made the assumption that you all dodged forward from where this
Yeah.
thing happened rather than
Yeah.
backwards, so you're together, but, you
Yeah.
know.
as opposed to into the cave-in.
Yeah. So there you go. Yeah, you're all on this opposite side of
That'd be
essentially a
fun if we were
cave-in.
separated.
Where the water is like running down the rocks. You can see the rivulets running through the dirt of all of the things that have just caved in behind you, / somewhat on top of you. Yeah, so you would like to continue onwards?
Yep. And keep a
Sure.
veritable
Faster.
eye out for more rotting wood.
Which you have been. You've noticed every location so far. But it seems to have not turned out super well for you yet.
Yeah.
Regardless, continuing forward, you continue walking. Another hour passes, and Ignis, you begin to hear the sound of rushing water.
From which direction?
Forward.
Up or down? Just forward?
You're in a cave, so sound is
fine.
pretty central to where you are. The cave itself that you're in is, maybe 15 feet high and 15 across. It's carved out as like a kind of a circle, right? Or a half circle. And you're just following these tracks, and you start to hear the sound of rushing water.
All right, just let everybody know that. There might be a river ahead.
Good to know.
Sure. And Jirok nods and continues leading you guys forward. And yeah, after a while, about 10 minutes, Ignis, again, your perception is stupid high, so you got to hear this before everyone. As you guys approach closer, you can all hear the sound of what, yeah, it sounds like a river. It seems a little bit echoey. And you walk out, and it seems that the tracks go over a wooden bridge. And you see the river running strongly underneath. You could try to gauge the current if you'd feel like it. And you're sitting on the side here. On one side, the tracks go across to the other side, and it seems that your path continues in that direction.
All right. Is the bridge rotted at all?
You are more than welcome to go take a look.
Anybody
Give me
wanna help
an
me?
active perception check here.
Oh God. Anybody want to help me with that?
Yeah, I'll assist.
All right, Darien is helping you. Go ahead, Ignis.
Okay. All right. I was actually just kind of.
You guys take a look. You take a look, and it's hard to tell. You're not really sure if the wood is. It seems old.
Dunk. Is this wood?
It seems it's wood. You walk over to it, and it looks like wood. It seems okay. And the tracks look all right. I mean, it looks old. But that's about all you can gather from that.
All right. You know what? I'll be the first to cross the bridge.
Okay, sure.
I'm gonna stick right on him because I don't trust this.
Sure. All right, give me a
Kind
second.
of concerned about weight, honestly.
So are you gonna tell them to walk?
Yeah.
Can I stop Ignis? I'd like to stop Ignis and say, wait, my lord,
Yes.
let me go first.
Well, if you insist. I mean,
And then I would like
I
to
was
Sure.
going to ask the heaviest among us to go first, but then I thought, well, if I get across first, then maybe I can throw somebody a rope from the other side. You know? But
All right. I mean, this is a plan that you can have if you'd like. You can decide that this is something that you want to do.
if you feel you want to test this for me, Darien, I will let you.
It would be my honor.
Sure.
Do you want your character to die?
No.
So just to give you a little bit of
trying
just
to
like
stay
what
in
this
character.
That's
what
fair.
this looks like. So it's opened up, right? Like this area is much taller than previously. It's probably 30 feet high. Right? So it's opened up kind of greatly in this area where this river is. Stalactites dot the ceiling, and mites are the ones from the ground, right? Stalagmites come up from the ground. I keep getting those confused.
I think
Stalagmites are on the ground, stalactites are on the ceiling.
Right. So there's stalactites hanging from the ceiling, and it's large, and some of it exceeds like the distance that you can see into this cavern is further than your dark vision. So that's kind of where you're at. It's opened up quite a bit in this area, but it does look like the cart tracks go immediately over the bridge here. And so Darien, you're the one that wants to go across first here?
Yeah.
As a general question, the tracks continue across the bridge?
Yes. That's what I'm saying.
Across
The tracks
a wooden
go
bridge?
across. Yes.
I would assume so.
I'm assuming they're just like tracks themselves. Like the bridge itself is just
Yeah,
a track.
yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Well,
I'm
yeah,
thinking-
like it's
I'm
like
thinking
built.
like
It's
a
like
rickety wooden bridge, and I'm like, that.
no.
doesn't make any
It's
sense,
not.
but
It's not.
I
It's not.
see,
It's not a suspension bridge. It's like a bridge that's built in wood, built for this area here for the
I see.
purpose of having
Okay,
tracks
Yeah.
go across it
that
and
makes
like
that makes sense. I had to think
hauling
about it.
mining equipment. Yeah.
That makes
It's
perfect sense.
it's much sturdier than like a rope bridge.
I
okay?
I know. I was picturing when I was being heroic. I was picturing this shitty rope bridge, and they were like tracks go across it, and I was like,
Weird.
Erdrick is
does-
a weird place.
Magic. Just all right. Cool. So you guys are all waiting on one side here, and it looks like Darien, you're gonna be the first one to walk across the bridge. Is that right? And the rest of you are kind of hanging out over here. I'm gonna say Ignis, you're right next to the bridge, and Miara and Balmiara are kind of like just hanging out, waiting to see what happens here, right?
Yeah,
Kraken's
for
gonna
right
take
now.
him. I just know it.
So Darien, as you walk out with your torch, you gosh, you can only see about 10 to 15 feet in either direction, right? And so you just kind of see this empty blackness and the water rushing underneath you. It's pretty loud, and you start walking across the bridge. Is there anything you'd like to do, or you just want to go ahead and head across? I just don't know if there's something you want to.
No, I
toss
can't
back
think.
to a
I can't
friend,
really
or-
do much else to see better.
True.
I guess you know what? I'll ready my sword
Okay, so
in my other hand.
right. So you pull out your sword and kind of look around. You're a little nervous being kind of far away from the group and the people who can see,
Mhm.
maybe, and you start walking across. Cool. Can I?
Oh no.
Let's see. Can I get you to make a strength saving throw for me, please?
Oh, brother.
15. Okay. As you cross the bridge, an immense, many-legged, large creature drops from the ceiling and lands on top of you,
Jeez.
and
Oh, brother.
wraps you in its weird tentacle-like appendages. And we should be changing to the map here.
Yup, I see it.
Oh, yeah.
And
Oh.
yeah,
Okey-doke.
and so
Ugh.
it lands on top of Darien here. I'm getting the map up for everyone else. And it seems that there's a little bit of an issue in the area. So
Yeah, a little
this monster is large, and contrary to what the token looks like, it's actually black-skinned and hard to see against the shadows. And it seems to have these weird fungal protrusions kind of off of it, and it looks like, from where you can tell, the eyes are smoking slightly. For those of you that are watching Darien try to fend off this beast that's literally on top of him now. Darien, you are now grappled, and I'm going to
boy.
need everyone to make... I need everyone to roll initiative.
I fucked it up. God, I'm
Hang on a
always so
sec.
good at it.
Well, it's fine. I needed to make the initiative thing anyways.
Oh, you are grappled.
Shit.
Okay. Wait.
Make sure you
I'm gonna click my
select your
character.
token. Select your token and then
Select
do
your
it.
token.
So
Don't
Miar,
be
I think
like
I have
me.
Yeah,
to
there we go. I did it.
I almost
right,
forgot.
but you already rolled, so this is a 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Fuck it, initiative.
Darien, can you go ahead and roll yours again just so it's in here, and I'll make it a 4.
Oh, yeah.
It's just easier for me to do that.
Gotcha. Oops. All right, that.
And don't worry, everyone. I'll move the turn initiative
a
order where you can
16
see it.
would have been wonderful.
Where you can see it in a moment.
Alas.
I just got to get
I know.
Jirox.
If I had that 19, it would have been dope.
Got to get Jirox here real
Right.
quick.
Pulling up my
moment.
battle music.
Something like that.
But my battle music. Oh my god. My battle music is the rest of that Simple Plan album.
Nice. Ignis, would you like to go before or after Jirok?
Ryan.
Go first. I'll go first. I don't see any reason not to.
You said you're gonna go first?
Dark Mantle.
Yep.
Huh?
Wait, what?
These should be secret, but hey.
Oh no!
We're gonna see him eventually anyway.
I don't like it.
We're all doomed anyway.
Disaster.
Oh.
Okay. Ignis, you'll go first. Followed by your buddy, Rock. And
Oh man, there's
and
epic
then
singing
we'll
too.
go down the list, and I will move this so people can see. And I need to get the crawler on there as well.
No.
Yep, sorry. Turns out he has a turn. So he has fallen on top of you here.
He is big. That's a big boy.
He's a large boy. I mean, we can go ahead and make that one a public roll. So the crawler is
He
there.
moves slow. But
So he's made his surprise round on you was dropping onto you like that and grappling you. So Darien, you are currently restrained and unable to move. So that's good.
Feels
That's
bad.
perfect. That's
Yep.
great.
Yeah.
No.
Can he still wildly stab or something?
Yeah, he'll be able to act. I'm just saying
Holy
this is
smite!
currently what he's able to do.
So
Sure.
important question. Can
Mhm.
I say throw an acid vial at the creepy crawly and not hit Darien?
You can try.
Dang it!
Yeah.
Not doing it now.
Please, my lord, no.
All right, fine. I won't throw acid on you.
I believe I mean it's a square selection, right? That you throw the acid onto.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you could do that. You have to think that it's kind of it's a weird situation. So
Yeah.
but I
Wait,
think yeah, you
it's-
could do that.
It's not area of effect. Oh no, wait. The fire was area.
The fire
of
is.
effect.
Yeah.
Acid is
Yeah.
one.
So
okay.
yeah, go ahead and you can do acid. I'll say that like the creature is large enough and wrapped around him that like you're accurate enough to throw the thing and it hits part of the body and not Darien.
Yeah, it's not a crossbow. You can actually make
so-
this shot.
Yeah. Hey, I made all.
Actually,
these
yeah,
shots.
no. I rescind that because all last session you kicked ass with the crossbow.
I really
Finally.
did. I'm sorely tempted to do that. Also, the description for the acid vial says that it targets a creature or object. It's not even a square.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so it's just a cantrip. Yep, go ahead. It's like a cantrip spell.
Easy.
All right, I'll give it a try.
Cool.
Here goes.
What is it? DC 14. The crawler attempts to dodge itself out of the way, fails, and takes a little bit of damage. So you see this giant dark monster with a bunch of freaking legs drop on Darien, has him like pinned down in its big old pinchers and its legs.
And all of a sudden, just like,
Just-
oh, holy crap, holy crap.
And you're like, ah! And you throw a thing of a vial of acid, not really noticing that you've done this. It goes, and then takes a little bit of damage and looks up at you, the smoke pouring from its eyes, momentarily distracted from its prey underneath it.
My same reaction when my sister walks in on me while I'm bathing.
Wow.
Wow. Wait,
As
you just carry
Ignis
bottles
or
of
as a
acid with you while
human?
you're bathing?
As Ignis or as Rel?
Yeah. Now I'm just concerned.
Whatever
Now I'm
fits
just
the narrative
concerned.
better.
Porque no las dos.
Sure, that's interesting.
The more you know.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, I'm
Jesus.
honestly probably not
Moving on.
gonna do that in the future, but okay.
Jeez. Okay. So Ignis, is there anything else you'd like to do?
I'm gonna move back a little bit.
Sure.
Let's say back here. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Sure.
Let's say back here. Yeah. We'll go with that.
Cool. So after you make your run over in that direction, something drops from the ceiling out of the corner of your eye. And we'll see
Sorry.
if it does a thing. Oh wow. You see this weird kind of dark object drop from the ceiling. It looks kind of like a stalactite, but all of a sudden it flips itself kind of inside out and drops right onto Jirok's head. And engulfs it completely. So I don't think you guys can actually see what this thing is because they overlap each other. But here, I'm gonna pull this out of the way so you can see at least what this guy is. So one of these things drops down onto Jirok's head. In here, let's see if I can't at least show you what this thing looks like, because I think the picture for this thing is really cool. Because I have to do this on 2 different screens. Sorry.
Okay.
So it drops down off the ceiling and hits, and it attaches to his head and engulfs it, and it begins to try to crush him. So it deals. Whoa! Oh, sorry.
Huh.
I'm on the wrong screen. Sorry.
That's an interesting damage roll there.
There it is. So it begins to crush his head, and it deals damage to Jirok as it sits on top of him. It has engulfed him, and so he's flailing around trying to get at like his sword or something to try to stab at whatever is at his head. And you can hear his like muffled yelling underneath this weird squishy looking like octopus-like object. So that's 11. Okay. It's now Jirok's turn. So Jirok, having been engulfed by this creature, he wants to get this thing off of him, I think. So he's gonna try to get it off of him and throw it off. So he grabs around it and looks to remove it from himself. Doesn't seem able to do it. It's stuck on there really, really hard, and he can't force it off of himself. But he spends his turn doing that. And I think in his struggle to get it off, he tries to he backs out. He tries to back towards the corner here. This thing is on top of him, and he spends his turn trying to deal with that. So just after that, another object drops off of the ceiling.
No.
And lands on top of Miera, engulfing her red locks of hair, and begins to crush her. Begins to crush her. It's on top of you. The tokens are a little weird, and so it deals you some damage. Yeah. So it drops down on top of you, starts crushing at your head, and deals you some damage. You feel the air become stale and trapped, and you can't seem to breathe. So not only is it crushing you, you are blind, unable to breathe, and it is on top of you. Yeah.
Okay.
So after it drops down, that's its turn. So Miara, it is now your turn.
Well, then
blind and unable to breathe. You're
going
gonna take your action to try to get it off of you.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, go ahead and make a strength successful strength check. Yeah, so go ahead and make an athletics check for me, please.
Okie doke.
Nice. Yeah.
Right.
So you tear the suckers and things as they've wrapped around you off your body, and you throw it down. I'm gonna say in front of you. Why not? So I'm moving you back so I can get this thing out of there, and then it now lies in front of you, on the ground, kind of like trying to get at you with its tentacles.
Like wriggling.
Yeah, wriggling a little bit.
Yeekies.
Yeah, it's definitely wriggling.
Well, I'm gonna do this, and I'm just gonna move around it, so from here and then to here,
Mm-hmm.
and that'll be my turn because I took my action to do.
Correct, you did. Yeah. Okie dokie. Wait, what? Why are these? These are backwards. What happened to my? Weird. Okay. So that was its turn. I don't know why that's like that, but it's done its thing. So now it's the carrion crawler's turn. I'll have to fix that initiative. That was weird. The carrion crawler is on top of Darien right now, and it's going to make an attempt to attack him. It's going to lash out at you with a tentacle.
Oh my god.
I think that might hit.
Yeah, maybe. Just a little bit.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
God.
And so it's going to deal you 4 poison damage with it.
Awesome.
You are poisoned for... Oh, wait. Make a DC 13 Constitution saving throw.
Oh, wait. Duh. Boop, boop, boop. Hey-o.
Nice. So you feel the tentacles slap at you, and it catches your sword arm, and you feel it begin to go numb, but you're able to fight off that sensation, and you take the damage and are able to continue fighting. Darien, wait. Oh, it makes 2 attacks. One has a bite.
Ugh. Yeah.
So it then attempts to bite at you. I believe that also hits without your shield.
Yeah, because I don't have my shield out.
Yeah, and so it's able to get some of its pincers on you, and kind of like after it slaps you with the tentacle, it bites into your arm that has the torch, and deals you a little bit of damage there as well. So that's its turn. It's literally on top of you at this point. You're still grappled by it, and it is laying into you. What would you like to do?
So what?
Okay. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh no, I
fine.
just wanted some clarification on grapple. Does that just mean do I have like full range of movement? I just can't move. Like
You
run?
cannot move, but you
Okay.
can attack.
But I can attack and everything and do other.
Or you
other
can like.
things?
You can take your action to try to dodge. Like you can, even though you're grappled, you can try to dodge stuff or things like that. You can take your action as normal as long as it doesn't involve you moving.
Can I heal myself?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, cool. Because I'm at 1, and
Oh god.
yeah.
So you wanna pump yourself full of some health. That's a good idea.
Need it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fuck. I'm gonna exhaust my healing in this one encounter. I'm not gonna be able to help the orc
Jirok.
boy, Jirok.
He'll probably survive for one more day.
It seems like you healed him well enough to at least keep him going.
Yeah, I gotta pump myself full of healing. I gotta use all 15.
Go for it.
Not well enough to get that thing off his face.
Is it an action or is it a bonus to the healing?
It's a action.
Okay. So you use lay on hands. So Darien's sword hand glows and he touches it to himself, attempting not to cut himself with it, and he feels reinvigorated for 15 hit points there because he was not feeling so hot. Yeah, okay, that works. I believe that's all you can do right now. Being underneath this guy.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's Darien's turn. Ignis, it is now your turn. You have 2 of these little tentacle creatures. One is wrapped around Jirok's head, and a large tentacled monster has wrapped itself around one of your Knights of Erdrick, and is getting feasted upon.
Oh, good lord. Okay. 2 questions.
Yes.
First of all, I'm looking at Smoke Stick, which I actually have.
Yep.
It says in a 10-foot radius around the stick. So I would have to throw it in a particular square, and it would go in a 10-foot radius, kind of like what I'm drawing now.
Yes.
Okay. So if I were to draw it in, say, does that ping? No, I need the other one. If I were to draw or throw it, say, here, that would just barely reach. Would this thing be considered blind?
No, because he extends outside of it.
Dang it, and I don't want to.
And you have to think about the fact that its mouth is also by Darien.
Right, so he wouldn't get any disadvantage to his rolls.
Correct. He is not going to be blind in that regard.
Okay, I'll save it for later then. I think I'm just gonna shoot at the thing with the giant thing, the big thing, with the crossbow.
The big
Sure.
daddy.
Sure.
Just why
You pull
not?
out your crossbow and load up and shoot.
All right.
And
All right, he did not do this with advantage. Come on!
oh,
Okay.
12. Sorry, I didn't even see it roll.
There we go.
It seems to. So you pull out the crossbow and you fire, and it seems to clink off of one of its kind of shell-like areas. You don't seem to make any purchase on it. It makes a kind of a think sound, and it doesn't seem to make any dents.
Dang it.
Find a chink in its natural armor.
Well,
Okay.
I don't think I have anything else I can do.
Sure, sounds good. So you're gonna not move, no bonus action, just hang out.
I don't have a bonus action.
I'm just asking.
I wish I did have a bonus action because
Same.
yeah, because I could have. Is that based on touch? No, it's got a range. I just realized I probably should have cast. Well, I'll do this next round. Hopefully you survive, Darien, but I can buff your AC.
I'll try.
So yeah, that's my turn for now.
Okay. It's now Jirok's turn. Jirok still has the thing on top of him. He pulls out his scimitar and is going to attempt to slash at it. So he swipes one time at it and another time at it. Being blind, it's made at disadvantage. So he is he's able to hit it one time. So good for him. He slashes at it while he flails around trying not to suffocate to death. And deals it 21 damage. I always forget how strong
I forget that he's
Jirok
jacked.
is. Holy moly.
And then I
It
remember
surprises
him almost
me.
killing McSwiggins.
It surprises me every time.
So good.
Wowie.
That's why he
Good
must
for
be
him.
alive.
So the creature lets out this like scream that sounds really unnatural coming from its kind of warbly tentacled body. As it does that, and as its mouth attempts to reattach to Jirok there and begin to suffocate him some more as much as it can. Speaking of that one, it attempts to crush down on top of him, thinking it can kill him. And so it does so, and it deals him some damage. Yeah. So it deals him a little bit more damage there, crushing in on him. And they seem to be fighting each other over in this direction. Jirok stumbles around and kind of heads this way as he's fighting. Yep. And that is that. Miera, it is your turn.
All right. So before I make this move, I just have I think this is a good question. If I was
Sure.
somehow able to move this guy into this square, would Balmiar get an attack of opportunity because he's moving out of the range of combat?
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
But I believe that also takes your reaction.
Okay.
Because you function on the same stuff right now, I think.
Right.
And I'd have to read Animal Companion again to figure that out.
Yeah.
So what are you trying to do?
I was gonna try to like sort of take my sword and slash him to push him over.
You can take a push action,
Yeah.
but you can push them 5 feet away from you.
Okay. So it would be like forward. It would be like this way, not to, like,
Correct.
the
But if
side
you
of me.
circled around, you could push him over there.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna take my step over here,
And you'd like to push him?
and I'm gonna try to push him.
Okay,
Over
this
this
will be a shove action is I believe it's opposing strength checks or athletics checks.
Okay.
So go ahead and make a strength.
A strength or an athletics?
Athletics, sorry. I keep saying strength because it's
Yeah,
strength
yeah.
based, but it's
Yeah, yeah.
athletics check.
Okay. Cool.
11. Yep, you beat him. You get in there and you shove it backwards. Its tentacles kind of flailing around a little bit, and it ends up right.
Okay.
You're able to move it 5 feet away from you. As it gets shoved away, Balmiera lashes out with, I believe, a claw attack, yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
And let's see if he strikes. Oh,
Ooh.
the claw reaches out, but it seems you've shoved him a little bit too quickly, and Balmiera's not able to gain any purchase on it.
Damn it.
Yep. Would you like to do anything else?
I'm going to move. Let's see. Here. Can I move? Let's see. Let me just measure this out really. Okay, that's 20 feet. Cool. Can I move Balmiar into the square?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah, this little guy. Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure because it's tiny.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's a 5x5 square. Balmier's not, like
Okay.
25 square feet.
Got it.
But,
Cool. Sounds
yep,
good. And that'll be my turn.
cool. The Dark Mantle you just... Bye.
Bye, Rel.
Hello.
His mic must have gotten...
I don't know how.
I
I
don't...
know how. I just went down and the little light is out.
I think you need a
Can
new
you
wire or
get
a new mic,
wire?
bud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that might be
no,
your answer.
I think it's just slipped out a little bit. I don't know. Anyway,
Weird.
what I was asking was, are you going to have your Jaguar pounce over my head?
He runs right past, like, through us. Does we bypass?
Oh, like I'm not there. Like I don't matter.
Yeah, kind of like that.
yeah.
A little bit
You're
like
short.
that.
It doesn't matter.
He leaps the 2 feet
Yeah.
unceremoniously.
He basically just steps over at that point.
You're a heightist.
I'm sorry, my lord. I thought you would never. I didn't want you to find out like this.
So it's now the Dark Mantle's turn that you shoved.
Yeah.
So rudely.
It is angry with you and attempts to reattach itself to your body. Because you're a medium target, it has advantage on this roll. So it starts climbing back up on your body and attaches again to your head.
And facehuggers just don't take yes for an answer.
And deals you some damage there as it begins to redouble its efforts in crushing your head.
What?
So 22. 15.
What?
Okay.
They're facehuggers.
You mean no?
No.
You mean they don't take no for an answer?
Whatever.
Okay.
Anyway.
I'm confused and concerned.
I like what I said better though.
Yeah. Okay.
And so that's what it does. It reattaches itself to Miera there and just sits on top of her head.
Ooh.
In this case, it is now the carrion crawler's turn, and it lashes out again at its target there. It doesn't seem to care about anything else that's happening here, so it lashes out with the tentacles. Looks like that hits. Deals you 5 more damage. Can you make a DC 13 con throw for me?
Con.
I just want everyone to succeed in their roles.
Constitution save?
Every roll.
Rob, are you there?
Yeah, it's.
Oh.
Why is it not letting me do that?
Is it broken?
Hang on. I have the window popped out. I'm gonna close the
Oh.
character sheet and reopen it.
Gotcha.
That's weird. It worked before.
Yeah.
Oh fuck!
Oh,
I wish it didn't.
So it deals you that damage, and it lashes out, and the tentacle wraps around you, and it seems it kind of gets into you, and you begin your body feeling to numb, and you can't move. You are now paralyzed.
Great.
Being paralyzed
So
and unable to move.
Sorry, I just take the 5. It's not like a critical.
No, he didn't crit you.
Well, I failed, so I wasn't sure if it's like.
No. The
I failed
save
the
is whether or
save, yeah.
not you are paralyzed. From
No,
the
I
poison.
understand. I wasn't sure if like I took extra damage for crit failing or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
It depends on how mean you want to be.
Yep.
Well,
so
you can make another roll on your turn, by the way, to beat this. I just read that.
at the end of your turn.
Right.
To beat
Right.
the paralysis?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, interesting. Is
Yeah.
it still a con save?
Yes, it would be the same
Okay.
DC con save, but it also gets to now bite you with advantage because you are paralyzed. So that also hits. It sees the paralyzed form there, and it latches in with its pincers there. Dealing more damage.
I'm sorry. Was this just explained? But my armor class is 16. Does he still?
You are paralyzed and cannot move. Most of your armor class is based off your dexterity bonus, which means if you can't move, he has advantage.
Interesting.
You're paralyzed, so he's got you there, and he has advantage.
I
on
assumed it was
striking you.
just like the quality of armor.
It's both. So that's the
It's
thing.
both. Okay.
Yeah. So the way that AC works is
I mean,
it's
he got a
10 plus
23
your dex
anyway.
bonus plus your armor.
No, he got a 15. Oh, you're right. He's attacking with advantage. Yeah. Okay, that's irrelevant.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot it was advantage.
Yeah.
Boop 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 boop. Okay.
Oh, you just got muted. I don't know what happened, bud.
You know,
There you are.
I mapped the deafen button to the same as my num key
Oh, good.
because I'm smart.
Fantastic.
Because you're
Dude,
numb now.
I've done that with all of my OBS stuff. I've had to like
and
remove
it's-
it from my
yeah,
number
and
pad.
It's funny because like I never use the number pads, and that's why I did it. But because I'm like just doing one hand,
Typing
like,
numbers.
I'm just
Exactly.
Like, oh,
You just
whatever.
one hand
I'm like,
numbers.
Yeah, it's
I
right
do
there.
the same
I'm just gonna
thing.
do it.
That's what I do.
Boom, it's gone.
Yep. Okay. So it deals you that damage, and you are now paralyzed. Darien, it is your turn. At the end of your turn, so
Fantastic.
your whole turn goes by, and you can try to resist
A
the
single
paralysis
manly
again.
tear rolls down my paralyzed face.
Yeah, you're in a bad way.
All right, so I'm going to do a con save.
13. Yeah, you beat it. So the DC 13 con save, you match it, meaning you are no longer paralyzed. You come out of your paralysis because you're still conscious, and these pincers are just in your body, and you are still pinned, wrapped in this tentacle, and you've been able to fight off the paralysis for the moment. Because you're rigid paralysis, you're still holding the torch. It is still lit, but to be fair, I'm not sure for how much longer this thing is going to be able
I don't
to
know
like,
either.
stay on. So that's what's happening right now. So that was your
Right.
turn.
So I can tell you at least the second that the torch goes out, I'm just going to throw the smoke stick anyway because you're blind regardless.
So Ignis, it is now your turn.
All right. I'm going to guess AC of 13 for that guy.
AC/DC.
Oh, sure. You have a question?
I do. How
Yes.
fast is that water moving?
You don't know.
Okay. I'm just curious.
3 fast, 5 me.
Are
Yeah,
you
you-
thinking, if you're thinking
I-
of shoving that thing into the river, I thought of that, and I'm not entirely sure we would be able to because it looks kind of big.
Not with that attitude.
No. Specifically the one on my head. In my next turn, I probably want to in there.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
But I'll say it, but we'll see.
Ignis, it is your turn.
Ah,
Yeah.
what the crap do I do?
Yeah.
Well,
can
one
help.
of your boys could have healing. Another boy, 2 boys have
Not anymore, I don't.
Well, no, could use some healing. And
Oh,
Ignis
yes.
has healing magic.
Yes.
He,
Oh my god, what can I do with Cure Wounds? Let me see. Only
I have
1d8.
Cure-
1d8 plus spellcasting ability modifier.
intelligence
that's-
for you.
That's plus
This is
4.
So worth it.
So 1d8 plus 4.
This is so worth the joke.
Oh no, I'm
What
worried.
joke?
Nothing. Go on.
Come on, I need your turn. Let's go.
Let's go.
Dang it.
You,
All right.
the turn order is on screen. You know when it's your turn.
Yes, I know, and I'm still thinking hard. All right, you know what? I will save my knight. Because he's apparently
Yeah.
bad at saving me.
Yeah. My
I will
heart's in
walk
it,
up
man.
here,
Sure.
burn a spell slot, and just slap him on the cheek. The power of healing compels you.
Which cheek?
I'm not actually slapping
The
him.
other
I want to be
cheek
clear.
that you turn.
Is it southbound or northbound?
Which is 1d8 plus 4.
You should be able to just roll the spell and it'll work.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
And it'll ask you what level.
Right. I'm at level 1, right? I don't what?
No, you're good. I noticed in chat what was happening. Oh my god, Rob. Okay.
Grabbing the DM, I see.
Continue.
Oh, baby.
I was like, I gotta crack out the
That's a max
wallet.
roll. That's a max roll. Good job, dude. You just rolled that max.
Freaking max roll that I ever have
Yeah.
on healing. You are
It
back up
worked.
to
Bribery works.
15, my dude.
Saying the magic words and slapping him on the face. You see the Ignis's hand light up and the warmth radiates through your body,
Power
Darien.
of Christ compels you.
As
Wait,
you recover from as you recover from this paralysis, you feel some warmth invigorate you, and you can see out of the corner of your eye your Lord and current Savior, Ignis. There,
Christ.
Because there will be others.
who knows? The Church of Ignis might be around the corner.
Oh my
So
god.
well done, Ignis. I believe that's your turn there, bud.
Yeah, wait a sec. How much move did I have?
You've got
15?
10 more.
You still can move.
Oh, but if I move away, does that thing get an attack of opportunity?
It will be able to lash out with a tentacle. Yes.
All right, then I'm staying put.
Cool. So, off in the corner, getting more precariously close to the river here, your buddy Jirok is going to attempt to wound this thing again and see if it can't kill it. Again, these are at disadvantage because he is blind.
My
Whoa.
God.
Oh god.
He might kill this thing.
If he does-
Maybe.
We're not gonna get any experience for this because Jirok did all the
Maybe.
fucking work.
I mean, it's literally on his face.
We
He's just
survived the
punching himself in the
encounter.
face.
Jirok slashes at the thing that's attached to his head, basically cutting it in half at the top and narrowly missing his top knot so he doesn't mess his hair,
Thank God.
killing it, and it slumps off of it. The tentacles unravel and it slumps off of his body, and he throws it to the side. Yeah. So because that happened on the first attack there, Jirok basically throws it off, sees what's happening, and his second attack is actually going to be a dart attack against the monstrosity in front of him. So he throws out a dart at the crawler and does hit. And deals it 9 damage. So he gets it off slice, throws it to the side, breathes some air for the first time in about 30 seconds, chucks a dart at the monster, and the monster squeals as it finds a piece open in the armor. Yep, I'm just going to need you to do all of these forever now. Normally
Cool.
I like to do
Sounds
voices, but apparently I'm bad at monsters. This is awesome.
Monsters are my specialty.
That's weird. And so he deals it some damage there. So I believe that's his turn. He has a bonus action, and he is going to run towards Miera, and looks like he wants to help with the mantle that's on her.
He's a good man.
So it looks like he's preparing to do that.
A man after my heart.
Wow, poor Darien.
What the fuck?
In punishment for saying those words, the mantle on top of your head, Miera, attempts to crush you, and it does, and continues suffocating you and crushing your skull latched onto you as it is strangling you all the
15.
while.
8 HP remaining.
Down. Okay.
8 HP. All right.
And now it's your turn, Miara.
So I'm gonna stumble my way across over yonder
Stoomblay.
and just like kind of like
With
against
this thing
one.
on you.
Yeah, this thing is on me because it's like I can't get away from it. It's latched.
Yep, it's on there.
Yeah. And I'm gonna try my darndest to throw this thing into the water. And get it like.
Okay, can you make an intelligence check for me here?
Okie doke. Not intelligence save. Just regular ass intelligence.
Yep.
And it's the same thing unless you have the
8.
proficiency.
Miara, you misjudged the distance, not
Oh, no.
remembering when it dropped onto your head, walking towards the river,
Uh-oh.
and you fall in.
Oh my god.
Well, time to go for a swim, boys.
The dark mantle is still attached to you. You are now underwater, still unable to breathe, and moving in a direction.
Good lord.
Okay.
The rest
Well,
of your turn,
Ignas
I think
succeeded in not being the one to be swept away.
you end up probably right around here. You still have an action. You can still try to actually. So you know what? I'm going to give you the opportunity here. So you're here. You're in the water.
Yeah.
What would you like to do?
Is there any? Well, because I'm assuming I know I felt like I probably just like slid down, not like ran off the edge. I don't know.
Yeah. So it's a bit of a drop. It's probably about 5 feet. So you kind of like hit the edge of where this thing slopes down pretty steeply, and you
Okay.
stumbled, and you're there. So you know what? Make a let's see if you want to try to grab out, or you
Yeah.
just want to take the fall.
Yeah,
Okay.
I want to try to grab out.
Make a dex
Athletics?
save.
Oh,
Dex
athletics. Okay, dex save.
save. I think athletics is going to apply if you're trying to stop from being dragged down the river.
Okay.
But to try to grab on before you even get in, like all the way, yeah, for sure. So you're in the water, but you've grabbed onto a rock of some sort while you're there.
Okay.
Okay. So you're there. What would you like to do? This has all been your movement.
So can I can still try to remove him from.
It will be at disadvantage because you will only have the ability to use one arm.
Okay. Yeah, I need to regardless. Because if I can remove
Sure.
him, he's gonna get swept away.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
So go ahead. I believe it's an athletics check. Yep. Go ahead and make an athletics check at disadvantage.
Check the disadvantage.
It's still stuck to your body. It is on there. You're holding on so tight you can't seem to with one hand get the tentacles off of you to remove it, and you're in the water now.
Okay. I'm gonna move Balmiar over to this section over here from my.
Okay, Balmiar runs over to the entrance where you guys walked in.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
Oh, it's
that's
more than
20
enough.
feet.
It's more than enough.
25 feet. Okay.
It's more than enough.
It's more than enough. I checked before.
He's going for it at this point. Okay.
And
the
hoping
panel's dead.
that I can get some help at some.
So Miara, I think that's your turn.
Yeah, that's my turn. That's all I can do. I'm hanging on by a thread.
It is now the crawler's turn. It still has Darien pinned, and it's going to. I think it's still concerned with the meal in front of it. So it's going to lash out with its tentacle again, noticing that you're moving. So go ahead and make that 13 Constitution saving throw. You feel the paralysis again take hold of you, and it deals you 6 more damage here. As it wraps around you, you feel it again. Having just fought off this thing, it's this weird like back and forth where you can't seem to get anything done.
Oh,
Yeah.
goddamn!
It sucks. And so it notices watching you be paralyzed in the 3 seconds, it strikes out with a bite attack at advantage, but it looks like it connects with some of your armor and is not able to pierce through.
Yeah.
So there you go. It misses that. And that's the carrion crawler's turn. I think what he's gonna do though with the paralysis is he's going to attempt to back away with you towards its lair.
Oh no! I am food.
Attack of opportunity?
Darians are friends, not food.
So it has.
What happened?
I'm gonna say
Oh, it
carrying
moved
you.
away.
It's going to have half movement because it also attacked. So from this point here. Yep, so that's as far as it's going to be able to go, and it's dragging Darien this direction. You do get an attack of opportunity here,
Hooray!
Ignas.
Is it only with a melee weapon, or can it be with my crossbow?
It would be at disadvantage with your crossbow, because you're right up next to it.
Okay. I'll do the spear then.
Okay.
Why not?
Yeah, that definitely hits. So as it gets pulled away, you're like, no, you don't! And you strike out with your spear, and you find a piece of it, and you deal... that's one-handed and that's two-handed damage. Yeah, you deal 8 damage to it, because I'm assuming you slung your crossbow and you went at it with the spear.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
slung the crossbow when I slapped the Christ into him.
Yeah, there you go. That makes sense. So you deal it 8 damage and it screams out again, feeling it, but it has its meal in its jaws, paralyzed, and it is attempting to
Paralyzed and handsome.
to escape with it,
but still paralyzed.
but still paralyzed.
If I can get a pounce off,
Oh,
he'll be
God.
down and you'll be saved. Some way.
Darien, it is now your turn.
Well, I'm paralyzed, so I guess I got to do this save.
At the end of your turn, you can attempt to do the save again.
Yeah. Well, my turn is going to be the screaming internally for 6 seconds, and then just
Yep, staring down the smoke pouring out eyes while his jaws are trying to eat you. You're unable to shake the paralysis. It seems to have taken a stronger hold this time, wrapped around more tightly, and it is dragging you back to be food.
I hate it.
Yep.
It's my turn.
Ignis, it is now your turn.
All right, I'm going to, before I make my move, I'm going to shout out to Jirok. You stop the big thing. I'm going to save Miera.
Thank you.
And
appreciate that.
so that thing is still on her face, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And I'm hanging right by the ledge.
Would I be able to pull her up?
That would be a strength check. Yes, you could attempt to pull her up. Athletics, excuse me.
6. I have absolutely no bonus to that. That'd be my full action, I'm assuming.
It would be your action to pull her up, yes.
Right. I'll give it a try.
Okay.
Why not? I'll just
So
move over here.
you go over to the ledge there,
Yeah, sure.
trying not to slide down the same slope that she fell into, and you reach out with your hand to try to grab the one that's holding on, and you pull. Make an athletics check for me, please.
All right.
Harder than a-
Watch a crit fail.
16.
Okay.
You're able to drag her up back onto land. I'm assuming this is you feel a hand grasp around you, Miera. Do you attempt to fight it?
No, I don't
Okay.
think so. Not at this
So
point.
you grip his wrist and you allow him to pull you up. So non-contested athletics grapple. You're able to move her back onto land.
All right. And if I moved away from her right now, would the beastie get an attack of opportunity? Or would it not be able to because it's
don't
latched
know.
onto her?
We don't know.
Every time you say, well,
Every time we've moved past a person with it, it hasn't lashed out for an attack of opportunity.
Okay. So
There's that knowledge.
I moved what, 10 feet?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I don't think I'm going to move away because I would want to try and get that thing off of her first.
Yeah.
I would, however, move this way just so that I'm not directly next to the river.
Okay. Sure. Miera, you are just for context's sake, you've been dragged up and you are prone on the ground right there.
Okay.
Ignis, is that your turn?
believe it is, yes.
Jirok, listening to your request, I believe. Yep, he is able to close the distance here with the crawler, and is going to take 2 attacks with its scimitar. He's roaring, he's angry, and so here he goes. Yep, he hits that one, and he's going to hit this one. Nice, well done. So he's going to deal it some damage here. Yeah, he lashes out and deals it a nice 22 damage, biting deep into the carrion crawler, avoiding hitting his friend Darien. And yeah, he deals it a couple heavy slashes and stabs, trying to get it to release Darien. Yeah, cool.
Perfect.
That's gonna be his turn, I think. So that was 20.
Is that not?
I know you're measuring
Damage.
out that pounce distance.
Of course. Why would I not? But it has to be a
Okay.
straight line. So this is the only straight line I've got. It
Don't they?
has to be 2 straight lines.
Really?
Yeah.
It has
20
to be a
feet in a
straight
straight line.
diagonal? All right.
It has to be a straight line,
straight
because if
line.
he turns, he loses the momentum for that. You're not going to
Okay.
take a hard You're not going to take a hard 90-degree turn at the
And
very
pounce.
end and get
Yeah.
the same pounce distance that you would going straight ahead.
Well,
Yeah,
see,
yeah.
that's the thing. This assumes that all people in the D&D universe can only move in the 8 cardinal directions.
Yes. Welcome to tabletop.
Yeah, welcome to the tabletop.
all right.
Yeah.
Specify straight line. It's a straight line.
Okay.
straight
The
line,
dark
it's a
mantle that
straight
is
line.
still sitting on Miara's head, munching at her, trying to get to her good brain,
Get out
insides.
of me.
again, is able to clamp down and eat some more of her
The
good,
clamps.
good insides.
The
Deals
good,
you
good.
some damage there, strangling the stranglehold, taking its hold there. Miara, what is your Constitution bonus?
That is a fantastic question. Constitution bonus, I believe it's 2 for saving throws. Oh, I'm not sure. Right.
Okay.
Yeah, 2.
Yeah. You're starting to struggle to hold the rest of your breath. It's getting more and more difficult to hold on.
Yeah.
The dark. That's what the dark mantle does. So Miara, it is now your turn.
All right. So you said I'm prone, meaning
You are lying on the ground, correct?
Yeah. Okay. So I can still like try to get it off. Is that?
Oh yeah. While you're I mean
go
you
off
could
the ground?
you can get up and take half your movement, or you can attempt to take it off while you're on the ground, or you can get up and attempt to take it off. It's all up to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it off while I'm on the ground. Is that would that be a disadvantage?
No.
Okay.
No.
So I'm gonna take it off while on the ground.
Sure, go for it.
Or try to take it off.
Make an athletics check.
Fuck
It seems
me.
stuck tight. The lack of oxygen is starting to get to you a little bit, and you're
And
unable to
that's my action.
really muster the strength to get it to work.
Jesus Christ. Actually, yeah, that's my action.
Okay.
I got that blind bound
Would you
Miara.
like to attempt to move in a direction,
Um.
or crawl, or
Uh.
you're on the ground still?
Yeah. Ignis, which way should I? Is away from the river. Try to help guide me away from the river.
Ignis, you hear.
I kind of figured. I was going to ask. You literally have a face hugger on you.
I know. I'm trying. No, I'm gonna stay put. Domyar moved, which is good enough.
Yeah. So that's your action there.
Guys, I'm going down next turn.
Do you have a bonus action of any kind? I don't remember.
No, I don't have any yet.
Okay.
I only get a bonus action if I'm attacking duel, and I can't.
I got you. It is now the carrion crawler's turn. The carrion crawler, having taken a huge chunk of damage from whatever this new foe is ahead of it, maybe feels a little bit of fear and is going to continue dragging his quarry, but he seems to have a new direction. He starts crawling into the water off the side, the tentacles latching onto the sides and moving further down into the water. The tentacle, again, I think for this... Yeah, no, this makes sense. But because he's now at a lower elevation and he's moved away, Jirok definitely gets an attack of opportunity here. Just because it looks like he's beside it, he would have had to go around the bridge and like climb down, and so he's further away than what it looks. So Jirok is going to lash out with his scimitar here. Definitely hits. Wow. So as the carrion crawler attempts to crawl away, Jirok lashes out with his sword, bites deeply into where the head, where the eyes are and the mouth is, and the smoke pours out of the eyes, and it seems to fall limp. Oh, whoops, wrong one. I just totally gave you 0 health points
can Rob
for some
get his
reason.
money back?
Oh my god! Wait, how much health did you have left? 7. I fucked this up. I was reading the wrong one.
Oh,
He's not dead yet. Oh, that's unfortunate. He is not dead yet. He gets attacked. And he starts to try to back away into the water here, and I believe that's as far as he can go while dragging Rob. I think he forgoes his action on this turn and continues to drag Rob further upstream.
Huzzah!
Oh god!
Going on a journey, boys.
Oh god! Quick, activate your magic underpants.
Wait, you didn't give him any.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Oh god damn it!
It's like, quick, let me reach into your pants, my lord.
Now is not the time for that.
I didn't know you felt this way about me.
And Jirok stands at the side there and looks down and doesn't really know what to do at this point. So that is the carrion crawler's turn. Darien, you are still paralyzed.
Oh god!
What would you like to do?
And also, well, didn't you say I'm losing an action?
Well, you basically you have to try to fight the paralysis before you can do anything, and it happens at the end of your turn. So what you're going to do is spend this turn attempting to fight the paralysis.
Here I go. God, it's like being in jail in Monopoly. It's bullshit.
That's how I feel right now.
Can I pay to get out? Like this I already tried that. It didn't work.
Rob, enjoy your back.
Additionally, your torch has fallen under the water.
No!
Oh, good.
And your
now
light goes out.
And paralyzed.
Yes.
And your light goes out.
Another single
not
manly
poison.
tear rolls down my paralyzed cheek.
Okay,
Yeah.
so important question. If I were to blind the worm, would it know where to go?
You don't know.
Okay.
You can find out, I suppose. by
Stop
trying to blind the
investigating
worm.
and start doing.
Okay.
Try anything.
Don't try, do.
I mean, I got nothing left to do.
So, Darien,
Help me.
sadly, you
I have too
stay
much to do.
paralyzed.
Oh my god.
That's unfortunate.
What does the smoke stick do?
Get this thing off me, or so help me. Thing off my head, or so help me. So help me.
Ignis, it is now your turn. You have a struggling Miera writhing on the ground, not unable to pull the thing off of her, suffocating. Jirok has
4 HP left, my dude.
Oh boy. Oh god, this is like Sophie's Choice.
What do you do?
Why
would Sophie choose this?
Sophie, why?
You know what? I think the optimal course of action, because A, I don't know if that thing even uses eyes to see. B, I don't know if it would just not continue in the direction it's been going. And C, having a second person with a bow would probably be good for stopping that thing. I'm gonna try to get that stupid freaking facehugger off the elf.
So help me!
Go ahead and make an athletics check, please.
Come on. Come on.
Yeah, I think I'd rather do that instead of snapping it in the face.
Yeah, you don't want to puncture me.
Yeah.
God, fucking.
What that thing look like? Me.
Maybe I do want to try and stab it in the face.
Ignis, you do remember that Jirok stabbed at the thing on his head and was able to kill it. But you're as you pull and pull, you hear Miera underneath going, and you're unable to get the dark mantle off of her head.
Maybe yell to a certain party member who has super strong killing abilities.
I can't. I'm incapacitated.
Would you like to move or
Would you like
utilize a bonus? I don't know if you have one.
Buy
I
a
still don't have a
vowel.
bonus action. I really wish I did. You know what?
Get out that way.
I am going to move away over here so that I can possibly shoot at it or throw a vial. I can throw a vial and just hit the thing, and also get it an idea of what's going on. Like, oh my god! And yes, I can hit that. I can totally, unless well, no, I probably won't next turn. I'm just gonna yell, "Stop that thing!" and yell that and point at the big thing carrying our paladin away.
Well,
Okay. It is now Jirok's turn.
Jirok.
He looks at you and goes, "How would you have me do that?" and points down like the river.
Throw a dart.
Let's see.
You have darts. I
Did he
think.
throw that far?
Darts. We're gonna find out.
He could also throw a dart at me.
Well, if you can't hit it from this distance, save the elf.
Because you said throw a dart first, he attempts to throw the dart. He throws one, and then he throws another. Both of them falling short or clanging off the wall nearby, unable to find purchase. And then he looks at you and says, "I tried. Now what?"
Save the damn arrow.
Save the elf.
Okay. He utilizes his movement to go over to Miera here.
He
I
actually
believe
make a
he has
scimitar
enough-
attack.
He has enough movement for that. Yeah, he's fine. He used his 2 attacks to throw the darts as you requested.
Okay.
That is his turn. The dark mantle on top of Miera here continues to strangle and bite and crush her skull.
And I'm down.
I believe that does hit, and it deals 9
I am
damage to
down.
you. It is crushing you, and you are now at
0.
That is
Boy.
its turn. It does not attempt to do anything else because it wants to begin feasting on you.
I am
Miera.
unconscious.
Can you make a death saving throw for me, please?
How does that work again?
If you go to on your sheet where it says death saves, the word
this
death
one.
save can be
Oh, yeah,
clicked.
There we go.
That is 1 failure.
Oh man,
Tick the box that says failure
Yup.
1
Nice
time.
flashback.
Flashbacks.
Rob, I feel your pain.
Okay. Miera,
So
that
glad I
is
thought of
that
another
is your turn. The carrion crawler continues pulling Darien up towards what looks like a waterfall. 10.
They told me not to go chasing those.
He gets to the wall and attempts to start he starts climbing it with Darien in his clutches. So he is currently whatever the hypotenuse is of 45 and then 10 up. So that distance from you
Okay.
on a right triangle.
Welp, I can still shoot my crossbow. Is all I can do
It's
at this
not
point.
your turn yet.
I
so-
know. I know.
Okay.
He's prepping, so he can
I'm
do it.
prepping.
You are now, Darien, you're out of the water. It's dark. You still feel the tentacles wrapped around you. You can't see anything. And let me see if you can. I'm gonna move this up so maybe our audience can kind of see what's going on up there. Zoom out a little. It's dark, and you feel the rushing water of what sounds like and feels like a waterfall crashing over you, and you can hear the like chitinous sounds of the thing climbing a wall and some rocks being dislodged and things like that. It is now the end of your turn because that's how this works. Will you please make a Constitution saving throw for me, please?
I have no faith.
You can't seem to fight off this paralysis that it is struck you with.
Great, two party members
It's
are
got its
immobilized.
hold on you, and you're blind, paralyzed, and going somewhere.
Just like college all over again.
At least you're not dying.
That's scary.
Oh.
Ignis, it is now your turn.
Okay, do I have a straight shot at it from where I'm standing, or do I have to move?
Mm,
Because I can move over a little bit.
you're move a little bit.
All right, let's over here is enough.
Yeah, I'd say you'd be able to.
Okay, crossbow, go!
2.
Move. All
You
right.
take a step to the side so you can see it, and down the way you still see the carrion crawler as it climbs up. What is the distance? What's your distance on your crossbow? What's the 80? Nice.
80.
Yeah. And it does hit. You hear the click, the whir, and Darren, you hear something go right next to you, and you hear the squeal of the monster that holds you, and you feel air rushing past your face, and then splash in the water, and you're
Oh God.
underwater.
Oh no.
Oh, that's much better.
The crawler seems to not have a hold on you anymore. Ignis, you watch the crawler crash into the water, still with its tentacles wrapped around Darien. Darien, you're now underwater. This starts the suffocation timer for you now.
Yeah.
You have, what's your Constitution modifier?
Modifier is 2.
You have 2 minutes before you suffocate.
It's like 20. That's 20 rounds, dude. We can get you out.
I'm a marine.
So you feel yourself sinking deeper into the river as well as moving, but you're not necessarily sure in what direction. In this point in time, I'm gonna go ahead and select both of these. They have faded from your view. You don't know where they are. They're underwater
Oh
somewhere.
no.
Oh no.
The last thing you see is the splash of the area that they were in.
Feels bad ink.
Okay.
Ignis, what else would you like to do?
So the fact that the worm fell, does that mean it's actually dead?
You don't know.
Oh God. Give me something, man. All right.
I think it's just dove.
It's dolphining.
It's just
fine.
like it dove. It dove under.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna take a round. I mean, not necessarily my whole turn next time, but I'm not gonna dive into the water to save him yet. I'm just gonna see if the worm like starts swimming, starts moving away, or if it's just yeah. Blah, 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 blah. So I'm not gonna dive in quite yet, but I'm just gonna keep an eye on the situation for now. I'm gonna end my turn.
Make a perception check.
Ooh, okay.
That's what you just described is an action you can do.
Okay. Doesn't matter that I already took my shot.
Oh, this is the same turn? Oh, okay, sorry. No. Yeah, you're done. You have one action. My bad.
Bonus
so in the next
action!
turn, you'd be able to perceive that if you would like to. It is now Jirok's turn. Jirok has seen Miera go limp and is in full panic mode. He needs to get that thing off of you. He starts to stab at it with his scimitar. Oh no.
Ooh,
Okay.
what you say?
That you only meant well. The first The first attack hits. Oh, it took the crit, but it does deal 17 damage, not the plus 10. So it does deal 17 to the dark mantle there. Sorry,
Does
I'm
that
gonna get
invalidate
you
the second attack?
off of them. Does it invalidate it?
No.
No, because it survived. So the second attack is made against it. Miara, are you tracking your health on your character here? What are you at? You're at 0?
Yeah, I'm at 0. On my character sheet, I'm at.
Yeah, that's fine. On your
Yeah,
token,
sorry.
you can also track your
Okay.
on your stuff. But
Yeah, that's what
fine.
my green bar is over my character token.
Okay. Yeah, I've been doing
Yeah,
it on my
so
character sheet.
I just got a little thing that says that you're down right now. So he stabs. He's going to make a.
What are the odds Miera has an eye after this?
Oh God. Well, I mean, isn't it covering her entire head?
Okay. Yeah,
Oh,
it
you're
is
right.
over her
What are
What are
entire
the
head.
odds she has an entire head after this?
So
That's
he's
my question.
Not
when he
great.
slashes out at the first one, it writhes and moves, and because Miara is no longer conscious or whatever, the direction that it jerks is the direction that the head moves, and so he slashes down again and just misses. So the scimitar slashes down beside, narrowly missing, chopping off part of Miara, and he's unable to get it off of you or kill it at this point in time. That he spends his turn doing that. He takes his movement to grab you and drag you backwards away from the river here.
Okay.
So he slashes down at it, sees he's not able to kill it immediately, and starts dragging you away backwards to away from the river so you don't fall in again.
Okay.
So that's his turn. The dark mantle, as it sits on top of you. Oh, this is weird. What is he gonna do?
Eat me again.
Permanent intelligence stat lowering.
Talks to Jirok. I have stolen her brains.
I know that the paladin fancies me, but I do not wish his advances.
I'm going to leave this up to a roll.
Oh no.
There's two things that can happen here. So I'm going to leave it up to a D20. Okay. Looking at the intelligence of the creature. It could go either way, to be honest. Lower than 10, it does one thing. Higher than 10, it does another. I know this is basically flipping a coin, but I feel better when it's a D20 because we're playing Dungeons and Dragons.
I can't look. I'm just gonna watch Joel's reaction. I can't watch.
Okay. The dark mantle unlatches itself from Miara's head and attempts to latch itself to Jirok.
Oh boy.
Why not?
It climbs on top of Jirok, and oops, I just made Miara go inside of you, and I just okay. Hang on.
Oh.
Oh.
The dark
Oh
mantle
my
climbs on top of
God.
Jirok and begins to wrap around and crush him. Jirok tries to fight it off, but has one hand on Miara and the other one on a sword and is unable to fight it away. The dark mantle climbs up on top of it, grabs into his head, and deals him some damage. And starts crushing Jirok. That is the dark
Oh my
mantle's
God.
turn.
Okay.
Miara, can you make a death saving throw for me, please?
Please don't roll a 1.
That's a success. Go ahead and mark 1 success.
I did. We're 1 for 1, boys.
Okay.
It's gonna be like this the entire time. You realize it's failure, another success, and then it's gonna be 50-50.
Darien, can you make your Constitution saving throw for me, please?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did it.
under the water, maybe the crash into the water and feeling it around you, and the tentacle itself not having reapplied any of this paralysis poison to you, you're able to shake yourself awake, and you realize you're underwater and moving in a certain direction. You keep bumping off of rocks and things like that. What would you like to do?
Not do that.
Yeah. Okay.
Not,
so you
not
want
bump
to
off rocks.
you want to try to.
I'm gonna try and steady myself in the current.
Okay, so you're underwater currently. Are you going to try to like grab onto something underwater, or what do you want? What would you like to
swim
do?
up to the surface if I can.
Yeah, you can pretty well figure it out in that point in time that you can swim upwards. You find the ground. It's not super deep, but it is definitely deep enough that like you have to kick off of the bottom, and fighting with your chainmail and stuff, you fight yourself to the surface here. I'm going to go ahead and move you back to the token layer. I think you have that light of like, I'm going to have to give you that light 1, I think, again.
Yeah, it was light 1.
Yeah. So you have a light radius of 1, and you have sight. You're up there.
There I am.
And
Hey, little fella.
and so the current is moving you. You're actually you're still wrapped in the tentacle, to be fair. So what I'm going to have you do before you right yourself here, this is the same thing. You're underwater wrapped in this tentacle. I need you to make an athletics check to see if you can unbind yourself from this tentacle. It's not going to be extremely hard, but you still need to do it. Yeah. Oh, you ripped the tentacle off of the body.
The tentacle in half.
Yeah, you rip the tentacle right off of your body, and you kick yourself up to the surface. And so that's where you are now. You're untentacled. Where would you like to move?
So I'm at the surface.
Yeah, we'll say it took 10 feet of your. You don't have a swim speed, right? So it's hard to do. So this counts as difficult terrain. So you have about 5 feet of movement.
At all? Well, I guess I can't see shit. I guess I'm gonna try and. If I'm facing the way that the water's going, I'd like to move to the left. Like turn left, like, and just try to find a side of the river.
Sure. You're able to utilize 5 feet of movement. 'Cause, again, difficult terrain. You're in heavy armor and stuff like that, and you kicked 10 feet up off the ground, right, to swim to the surface. You're currently unable to reach out, but you're trying to. The current, let's see, it's gonna. Let's see how far it takes you.
Oh boy! Oh boy!
Okay. So you end up right there on this turn, and yeah, that's your turn. You're treading water, and you're attempting to get over to a side. There you are.
Okay.
That is Darien's turn. Ignis, what would you like to do?
Oh, it is my turn. Yay. Okay. Running over to the elf. Cure light wounds.
You sprint over to the elf. You see Jirok struggling with this thing on him, trying to get it off, and you cast Cure Wounds.
That's the first thing.
So go ahead, and you slap her lifeless form on the ground with
Not
some
an
healing
actual
energy.
slap. I just want to say that just in case, like, that means I do like 1 less healing.
Sure. Is that
There
another?
we go.
Wow, that's a really good roll too. Well done. So Miera, you come to consciousness, breathing deeply for the first time in about a minute and a half, and you're alive. Your skull is not totally crushed, but yeah, you that's there you are.
10 HP.
Maybe at Darien levels of
You're
intelligence.
at 10 HP. And you're prone on the ground. You see Ignis standing over you, like his hand on your chest, having just pumped healing energy into you. And you hear Jirok go and struggling with the dark mantle that's on his head. Ignis, that is your turn.
Yep.
Jirok is going to attempt to get this thing off of him. So he's going to make a strength check here and see if he can't get it off. 15, yeah, he throws it off. Oh, no.
Please don't throw it off onto someone. Come on.
He throws it off and it lands on top of Miera because that's directly in front of him. It's not attached, but that's where it is. And it lands down there. And Jirok looks down and he goes, "Oh no!" And he's really concerned about what just happened.
Oh no!
And he's
Sick
like reaching out.
Shit!
Oh no!
Yeah, and he's gonna try to get him. But that's it. That's his round.
Oh no!
I just picture him like Arnold Schwarzenegger and like Jingle All the Way.
Like really awkwardly, yeah, for sure. And so he's wide-eyed. His top knot is a mess now. The second one got to it, right? So now it's a mess. And he looks down and realizes that the thing is now sitting on top of the elf, kind of with Ignas's arm like underneath it because it was healing Miera. Because this has all happened at the same time. So it's now the Dark Mantel's turn. What does the Dark Mantle do?
It has three choices.
Iggy.
The Dark Mantle is going to spin the Wheel of Fortune and see
Wheel of Death.
where it wants to attach. Miera, what number would you like to be? 1, 2, or 3?
2.
2.
Dang it, I was gonna call 2.
Ignis, would you like to be 1 or 3?
3.
3. That makes Jirok number 1. And so here we go. Slash roll. 1d3. Number 1.
Oh no! Just throw it right back at him.
He throws it down.
Oh, no.
He says, "Oh no!" And the Dark Mantle attempts to leap back onto his face, and it attaches. It
God
definitely
fucking
does.
Damn it!
Climbs back onto his head and deals him 8 more bludgeoning damage. That's hilarious to me. I love this so much.
like the
I
worst
love
Rock
this
is
game.
now Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Wait, can
Yep,
Ignis
that's it.
assist me in trying to pull him off? Can I
If Ignis makes that choice, yes, he can. He can use his action to do that, but he has. So it'll be one of those things that, like, Miera, the assist has to be set up before the action takes place, and we're still in. We're still like. In a mode where this is a thing, right? So so the Dark Mantle's there. It deals him 8 damage. Hang on, I'm gonna quick maths this. So that's Jirok there. So Miera, it is now your turn. Jirok again has this thing around you. You're prone on the ground, looking up at Ignis, just having seen this Dark Mantle come down and leap back up on top of Jirok next to you. Ignis's hand is still awkwardly close to a lot of chest things. He seems really taking it like. He's looking at the Dark Mantle. You know, what would you like to do?
Well, first off, smack his hand, move up over.
You stand up. You take your half your movement and you stand up.
Move over here.
And
then ooh wee. No, it's not.
Just stab the stupid.
I didn't measure. That.
Oh, that wasn't you? Oh, okay.
No, that
that
wasn't
was
me.
No, I was preemptively measuring.
No, I know that's not far enough.
He does have 50 feet of movement. You can make it far enough.
I know I can make it far enough. But I don't think that's a good idea.
We're gonna make it far enough.
Well,
aren't you?
hold on. If I successfully pounce this thing, would it make like not knock off the?
I would presume so.
Because it becomes prone after that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it'd be kind of hard to pounce something and have it stay on the face.
My biggest worry
don't
at this
know.
point is if I pounce, I'm ripping off Jirok's head. Like, quite literally.
Well, if you do a crit fail,
Yeah. So,
Oh,
I think.
Experimenting
still
Jesus
Now is not the
Christ.
time.
I think the best course
the
of
paladin
action
in the
right
water too.
I think
Oh,
our big
Jesus.
focus right now should be this, because then all three of us can then go.
Yeah, I mean,
Fish me out.
oh god, now I'm measuring. Okay, 10,
Yeah.
25, or 20.
Hey guys, let's
Yeah.
get a decision here. Come on.
I'm gonna move forward,
Ow.
back to where I was, and I'm gonna strike with dual wielding if I can, because it
Yeah.
just took my movement to get up, right?
Correct.
Okay, so I'm gonna strike out with the short sword.
You draw your short sword and you slice out at it. That definitely does hit. Go ahead and roll damage. Yeah, so you strike out. You finally get your hand on a weapon this entire time.
Yeah.
And as you draw the sword and you slice out across, you catch it in a couple of the tentacles and slice it straight up in half, kind of in a diagonal motion. You watch it kind of fold open like this, like a flower, and Jirok's head is inside.
Oh God, that's an ugly flower.
It dies with Jirok going inside of it, and his mouth wide open, trying to get it off. And then he comes to and looks at you and goes, "Thank you," and kind of breathes heavily for a moment.
Thank you.
It
thank
died.
You.
It dies. Jirok, yeah. So that's on him.
God damn it.
So Miera, I believe that is your turn. Darian,
Palmer just moved
Yeah.
closer.
what
Just
would you
like,
like to do?
Not die. 500, Alex.
I saw that 500 too.
Unintentional. Oh,
That's all,
Oh,
folks.
man.
End it right
That's
here.
it. We're out. Do you want to continue heading in the to the left?
I didn't make it yet. I thought I had.
You had reached out and you couldn't find purchase on anything. You had not
Okay,
gotten.
yeah, I'll continue.
Okay. Can I get you to make an athletics check for me, please? The current is pretty strong. It's gonna take some doing. You grab out onto the side and you're unable to find purchase against the rocks there. So that's your action. I think at this point this is where we decide how far the river is going to take you.
Haha.
Okay.
Oh my God.
So you attempt to do it, and as you kind of like bumble and fall and falter against the thing here, you make it to like right here underneath, or about to go underneath the bridge, still blind, still splashing about, and it's you're unable to grab onto anything.
I'm assuming we can see him.
You're currently, I don't know, you're focused on Jirok as far as I know.
Okay.
I don't know what you see right now.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Ignis, it is your turn.
Well,
What would you like to do?
I'm immediately gonna say, oh
remember
God.
that
Oh, God,
this is
Darian.
this is a slope here about like 5 feet down as well.
Uh-huh.
So he's lower than your eye line for where you are right now.
Right.
For
where I am
so
right
you-
now.
Right. So like if you
Okay.
looked out like this and you just scanned across, right?
You can't see
Yeah.
him.
You wouldn't be able to see him unless you went to go try and look for him. You
Oh, no,
also don't know
then I
where
would-
he is.
Then I
But
would
you
go
can-
right back to the bridge
Sure.
and just look for him.
Perception check, please.
Yeah, I was gonna
Okay.
see if you could hear him or see him.
Gonna be
I'm
it's gonna
still
it's not
yelling,
the,
oh God, Darien!
Yep.
Gods, Darien! Perception.
Uh,
Perception.
Wowee.
Oh, that's
Uh,
great.
You look up, basically you look towards this direction back to where you thought you saw him, and you're unable to make out anything like above the water. And so that's about it. Darren, because talking is a free
Darien!
action, you're kind of
Darien!
bobbing up and down the water. You're gonna be able to hear him say some things. You're more than welcome to shout
The
out.
Lord!
My Lord, help!
Save them!
Yep. With that, make that perception check at advantage.
Oh, well. Again. Or just do an advantage roll.
No, just that one. Just roll it again.
Okay. Normal.
I'm allowing Darien to inadvertently help right now. Yeah, you see him. He's about to go straight under the bridge underneath you.
Can I grab him?
You use your action to find him.
Awesome.
Don't worry, one of us can help at some point, as long as you
Okay.
shout out something happen.
Throw him a rope. I'm assuming that a rope
Uh,
would be the better idea, but you know, if anybody
Yeah,
has a better idea, better than the better
Human
idea.
chain! Human chain!
You're an elf.
That's a terrible idea.
And work.
Jirok,
Multi-species chain.
yeah, with the panther holding onto someone's like pants or something like that, like trying
I-
to
Then
back
it'd
him up.
really
like-
be like Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo!
Yeah. This is Mr. Ink, man.
Zoinks!
Zoinks. This is it right here. Jirok, sloughs off the rest of the body parts that are on him. He's covered in this weird purple like blood. Hears you yell about a rope, and he doesn't have a rope. So he's going. What he's going to do is run this direction to the opposite side of the bridge here, kind of on the edge. And he looks over his shoulder and he's like, "Toss me the rope, I will help." So he's preparing to help with an action to either throw a rope or pull Darien in some way.
And I can't
So
actually
it's not
throw
something
the
he
rope
can do
until
on
my
his own.
turn.
Correct.
Okay.
Because this is all going round by round. Darien has an opportunity to like attempt to
Alright.
swim to the side and catch onto a rock, or he's going to continue going past, like that kind of
Okay.
thing.
Well, if Miera
Um,
doesn't throw him the rope, then I will on my next turn.
So Jirok's there to help. Miera, it is your turn.
All right, so I'm running over right here. I'm gonna go right here, and I'm gonna take my rope, and I'm gonna try to lasso him as best as I can, or at least
Sure.
throw the rope down.
You're gonna throw the rope to it.
Does
Um,
Jirok get the rope, or wait, does Jirok get the assist if Miera does it, or what?
Well,
He
Jirok's
says he's
there
gonna
to
help. He's trying to help pull him in.
Okay.
So that would make the DC for the save be easier. That's essentially what's going to do, and it's going to give advantage on it.
Okay.
Okay.
So the rope comes flying down there. Miara, your action is to toss the rope. Darien, I need you to make. God, you can't see anything. I need you to make a perception check at
I need to see if it hits
disadvantage.
his face.
As if he could make a perception check at advantage. How many perception checks have we made over the course of this series?
Awesome.
So many.
You hear something splash down like near you, but you're not sure what it is. You can't see anything. You don't notice that this rope has come into your like area. You don't. Miara, he's not like above the water. If you tried to lasso him, you might get his neck, but he's bobbing up and down. Right, the river is kind of rushing past him.
Oh sure,
Grab the rope!
That's a great idea.
So he hears that, grab the rope, and he flails around. But that perception check tells me he's unable to find it.
Gotcha.
Okay, either in his panic or in some other way, he can't seem to find the rope. Darien,
Yeah.
you don't really know where you are
Where?
in the world.
I never
I actually don't know what your screen looks like. Is your screen black except for your token?
Yeah, I can see the people on the bridge a little bit.
Okay, go, because the 1 foot kind of gives you like an area of what you can. Okay, that's interesting. So the thing is, you're bobbing up and down. I'm not sure if you can reach the bridge or even know that it's there.
I wouldn't be able to see it.
I don't think so. I'm gonna give you an opportunity because I feel like
Sorry.
Did you read Q's message?
Read Q's.
throwing the beautiful legs of Miara, he surely would grab off.
Yeah, I saw that earlier. That's what I was
There you
laughing
go.
at.
Nice. Wowie. Thanks, Twitch chat. Love it. So I think what you can attempt to do the same thing where you like, okay, I pick a direction, try to fight the current to swim that way and grab on.
Would I have any concept of where that plop in the water was?
The perception check was to figure that out.
Oh, I see.
So not really.
I'm gonna
if
continue
you had
to
sight,
try and swim
maybe.
to the left.
Yep. So you attempt to swim to the left and grab on. Make an athletics check for me, please. 14. It doesn't. You grab a little bit, but you slip off, and the river continues to take you.
Yeah.
You were one off. It was a DC 15 to get it. I'm so sorry. Okay. Not as far this time. So you guys watch as Darien apparently just disappears under and pops up right here on the other side again, yelling "My lord," as he's like reaching around, and he's just going further and further.
Poor bastard.
Further and
We're gonna
further.
have to try to cut him off at the pass as best we can.
No, or go get him, I guess.
Yeah, we gotta get him.
So Darien, that's your turn. I don't know what I mean, they threw you a line, man, but you literally can't see. So it doesn't matter.
Dude.
Oh,
I
We
think
should
we
have
got,
did
like-
a racial chain.
I know. I had to be the one human where
I
who
think-
can't see for shit.
Yeah.
those
that's
goggles
why-
of dark vision on the next level for Ignis might be useful for you.
Baby, pretty dope.
I'm so tempted because, like, what about
I
the
look stupid
language
in
cap?
these.
I would look
So,
cool as fuck.
Let's continue on. We've been
Oh,
we've been going for a while now,
vision,
guys.
I would play the entire stream like this. Just yeah.
We got
Son of a
18.
bitch.
We got what? 18 rounds left. Nice glasses.
I can't see shit.
He's not underwater. He's not
Dark vision.
suffocating. He's
Okay.
bobbing up and down in the water. He's being dragged. He's strong enough to keep himself above water,
Oh,
but that's why
boy.
the DC is so high for him to grab onto something, is because he's still fighting the current. So it's this
Okay.
whole thing that he's having to deal with, as well as not being able to see. So he can't find a good handhold. He's literally slapping out at a wall and seeing if he can grab something. It's Ignis's turn.
I have an idea. If I lit a torch, would he be able to see?
Yeah, but it's
Uh,
a matter of me swimming against the current.
Right, but you wouldn't be blind to the rope.
I'm way past the rope at this point.
No, we got like 30 feet of rope.
You can haul it in and rethrow it.
Yeah,
that
that's what
doesn't
I'm
matter.
saying. It's like where it like was thrown in. I went further down river.
Right,
at
yeah,
that
but I mean, just
But yeah,
If
you
you-
just throw it again, sure. But like, I just
If you ignite a torch, at the moment, he
Yeah.
is in range to have at least dim light vision.
and would that get rid of the
He would-
disadvantage?
It would get rid of the disadvantage. He would be able to see where the rope lands,
Okay.
hopefully.
hopefully.
So I figure that's the best bet simply because if I throw a rope, A, I'm a tiny gnome, and B, you're not going to be able to see it anyway. Whereas if I light a torch, you'll at least be able to see it and not be rolling at disadvantage.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to pop a torch.
Pop that ill sword.
I'm going to pop a
Uh,
torch, run to the other side, and hold
I'm putting
it high.
a little torch guy on here.
I have a torch, actually. I actually have a torch on my little
Right.
image
I'm
there.
doing it for lighting purposes.
Okay.
That's literally it. So
Awesome.
it emits light at 20 with dim starting at 10. Can you see that, Darien?
Why is my?
Oh,
vision
hang on. I
locked?
didn't put all can see. Hang on. That's my bad. All
I'm
players see
also
light.
like I can't zoom out. Oh, now I can zoom out. That's weird. All right, now I can see that.
Yeah, I had to hit all players see light. So there you go.
Yeah, it was
You should
just
be able to
weird
see
because
that.
I couldn't zoom in or out on my map, but now I can.
Okay, so now you can see where they are as you're bobbing up and down. Currently, you're facing downriver though, so as you come up, you kind of see this light behind you. But it is now Jirok's turn.
Grab the rope!
You want Jirok to grab the rope?
No, I'm yelling at Darien. Grab the
Oh, okay.
rope, Darien!
No,
Jirok looks around and what do I do?
Pray.
Can he actually throw the rope himself? Like, can he pull in the rope and then throw it at Darien?
Yeah, you could try.
Yeah.
The rope is out now. Miara is holding it, but he if Miara lets him take it, he can take it
Yeah,
and
he
try.
can take it. Take it. He
Okay.
missed. Here!
Okay. So the rope, he's gonna attempt to throw it 15 feet. This check that he's gonna make here is to see if he can get it close to you. Okay. So he should be able to. He's not like, crazy bad at doing stuff, and it's not that hard of a roll. 14. Yeah. So Darien, with the light, and you come bobbling up, you hear again this splash next to you. That's what you got right now. You're still facing away from where this light is, right? You're facing down to where you're going. So you're not super sure what's going on just yet. On your turn, you're gonna be more than happy to like flip around and be like, "Oh, there's my friends. I'm gonna try to grab this rope and do that." Miara, what would you
and
like
you'll
to
know
do?
which way to swim as well, come to think of it.
I'm gonna run over this way, and just go kind of over here. So I've like run down whatever, like maybe
Mhm.
leapt down to this ledge, and just been
Oh
like,
yeah, he can swim towards you.
I'll be like, well, because I'm not throwing the rope to him because we're gonna have him try to turn water
And
over.
Would
We
I
did
be
throw
able-
the rope.
Yeah, we
Actually, I was
threw the
going to
rope
say,
already.
can I assist Jirok? But then I realized I'm a tiny gnome, and his arms are probably way higher than me.
Your action was to light the torch.
Right.
Miara could have assisted, but
I
she
just-
moved.
Well, hold on.
But
I just
Jirok
need to
is now.
see how far I moved. 15,
It's 25.
20. Yeah, it's like 25. What's my movement?
30.
feet?
Mhm.
Okay.
You can take your action to double move.
Okay. That's probably what I'll end up doing anyway. Because I can just call out to him, and that's a free action, right?
Yeah, talking is
yeah.
free.
Yeah. Turn around and grab the rope. And so he's like from over here, so I'm assuming he could like semi see. I don't know if he can see me over here.
I don't know if he can either. Darien, can you see her over there?
I can.
Cool.
There you go.
So you can see me over here. Turn around and grab the rope. And I'm gonna take my action and move back.
Okay. Cool. Darien, it is now your turn. Your friends have thrown you a rope, apparently, lit you a torch, and called out to you to turn around and grab it. What would you like to do?
I think I'm gonna turn around.
Excellent idea. You as you come up for some air and you turn around and you reach for the rope.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be a dex check to see if you can grab it.
My
It's
favorite.
floating around in the water.
Oh,
So, sorry, excuse me. Make it acrobatics, just because in case you're proficient. I always forget.
Which I'm not, but good call.
That's more for me. I need to remember.
Yeah!
Yeah. You find the rope and you find it and you grab it and you're holding on tight and you're now floating there, legs flailing out behind you as the current is trying to take you. Jirok is holding on.
I'm not dead yet.
Jirok,
Jirok
roll
is
pull him
holding
up.
on.
Critical fail. Bye.
Jirok lets go.
All 30 feet of rope just starts going, and he's like, "I can't hold this!" Just like no, just all the way down.
No, even better. Critical fail. The rope is coiled at his feet, and it hooks
Oh,
his hand, like
pushes
Bugs
him.
Bunny style, hooks his
Oh, yeah.
ankle, and then we're
just
both
Oop,
in the
yeah,
river.
you're both just in the
Miara
river.
grabs him, is pulled in. Ignis grabs her, is pulled in.
At least we'd
Balmiar
all
goes
be
over to the edge, is
together.
like, "What is happening?"
Yeah, we'd all be
the
together.
true Scooby-Doo style. All right, Ignis, what would you like to do? You're holding a torch in one hand. What are you gonna
Are they? Would me assisting do anything? Are they already like would be able to roll with advantage?
do? So right now, Miara used her move to go tell him.
Okay.
Jirok is going to make the attempt to pull him in on his turn, which is right after you.
And
You are more than welcome to assist him with that.
I will absolutely assist him with that.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Oh,
All
that
right.
sucker in!
Yep, so Ignis is assisting. Jirok is going to attempt to pull you in. Crits it. You get hauled as quickly as possible up onto the bridge here, panting. They lift you directly out of the water. Like they're just and you're just out on the bridge. So there you go. You were there. This and thus ends the turn order and the chance that anyone can die right now.
At this
Good work.
particular moment.
Good work, everyone. That's well done. You have cleared this area in one way or another. It's at this point in time
Long
the
rest.
bridge starts creaking and falls.
Don't you
If it didn't
dare.
fall in with a carrion crawler like landing on it, I think you're pretty good. So that could have been
Like,
really
the
bad.
hatred was burning in my eyes. I was like, no.
No, it was that was good. That was good. You did well.
I just,
You
I
did
just,
well.
I just want to thank Rob for taking that to the face for me. Because if I'd gone ahead, I think I'd probably be dead by now.
It's possible. But yeah, so good job, guys.
Hey,
That's
actually, did I
the end of combat
actively
there.
help Ignis complete one of his goals for the round?
Did you help Ignis complete a goal of his? I'm not.
He doesn't want to swim. He doesn't want to get pulled
no.
underwater.
No. My goal was
Sadly, no. I don't
was-
think so.
Wait. My goal was to get out of, or to get to where we're going with everyone alive.
Oh no, I thought it was
Yeah.
like
We still
No,
haven't
he
got where
you
we're
changed
had
trying
one
to
where it was
go.
like don't
He
get pulled
changed it.
underwater. Oh, okay.
No,
Changed
it was a little bit more complicated than that.
Oh.
Yeah. There's a lot about preventing it from happening,
Which
is
I
interesting.
did.
So yeah, I think that kind of wraps up where we're at. Everyone, where we're sitting, because we've gone over on time quite a bit now. So sorry, everybody. Thank you for
No
sticking
worries.
around with us here. But we're gonna discuss some goals and see if anyone's done anything or if they want to change their goals for how today went. But I think this is probably where we're gonna bring us to it. So everyone's panting, hurt, collapsed onto this bridge. Most of you are wet or slick with blood of some
Half-drowned.
sort. Half drowned from either a collapsing tunnel or in a river. Darien, you're still shaking off paralysis for a couple rounds of that. It's been a rough ride. But you've come out on the other side.
Feels good.
Ignis, do you have any goals you'd like to change or do anything like that? Just to see, like, because things have changed, right? You're going a different direction now. You don't necessarily know where you're going to end up. Do you have a goal that you'd like to change or alter at all? That's what I want you guys to think about.
I think my new goal is now just get to the dwarven stronghold with everyone alive.
Okay. So that changes the difficulty of what it is, but that's a good goal. So get every
What I said
PC.
before. What was the exact wording I said?
Get every PC character out alive.
Okay.
Because you didn't know where you were and you didn't know
Right.
where you were going.
Right. Now I know where I'm going. Now I know what's been going on, and we're
Right.
apparently lost. I just want to get to where we're supposed to be going now. Alive.
Correct. Okay. Get every PC to the stronghold, we'll call it, alive. Sure.
I didn't mean to
Did you
click
just
that,
do
I'm
a
sorry.
bite? Oh. Okay.
Without Miara biting me.
Is
Or-
that the
or
only
the-
one that you would like to alter right now?
Oh, the other two are pretty well set. I mean,
Okay. Miara.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yours is get info on your village and brother. Didn't really happen today. Arrive at the location alive. You've made some strives to that, but you have not arrived yet.
Yeah.
And no lasting impact to yourself from being on this mission. So far, so good.
So far,
but
so good.
Nothing has been resolved yet. Do you want to change any of these things for next time?
Yeah, I think in the background, I'm gonna still try to find on my brother and
Cutting
see
out.
like, what happened.
Yeah, I
Am I
got
cut
what you're
out?
saying though. We're good. You're okay.
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 You're okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to find things out passively, like in the background. That's not gonna be
Sure.
an active goal.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna use this one to help Darien not be a klutz.
Do you want to teach him ballet? Improve
Is that
that
doable? Is that a thing?
You could try.
improve that dexterity score there?
Assist
You definitely could try.
and assist him on being a little bit more dexterous.
You definitely have the opportunity to assist him with things. Yes, you will
Turn him
have that
into a Twinkle Toes paladin?
opportunity.
Yeah,
Sure.
I'm gonna try.
Okay. And Darien, you have your secret one. You have protect Ignis, and you have become closer with Miara. I'm not sure you actively protected Ignis today, but you make the argument for
I
me. if you think you
tried.
did.
I mean, I went across the bridge first with the
I think
intent,
he pretty well protected me. I'm
With-
gonna make
with-
the case for that.
with
Sure.
the intent of being like, whoa, dude, this is a little sketchy. We're in a large cavern. There's a bridge. It's like, let me check it out first.
Yeah,
But-
no, I can believe that.
He both protected me from potential bridge collapse and inadvertently protected me from getting crushed.
From one-on-oneing a very deadly monster.
I'll do it.
If you guys are in agreement with that, Darien, go ahead and take yourself 250 experience points.
Oh, dip. Thanks, Dad.
And that now, do you want to attempt to change that goal, or are you looking to
I'm
keep it?
always
Is that something you're going to
All
actively do?
about protecting Ignis.
Okay, so the experience will change based on the difficulty of having done what you did.
Okay.
This monster was deadly. to one person, and it almost did kill you, which is a difficult thing to have protected him from and survive. So you did that, which is why it's a larger chunk of experience. If you, like, let's say you pushed him back from the ledge of something, not necessarily super hard to do, it might be like 10 experience or 20, you know what I mean? It's not like, but you took a larger risk here, and so you have the larger reward. The last one is become closer with Miera. I'm not sure progress was made in that regard, but it is always up to Miera to state whether or not that's been accomplished.
I don't think
so.
There was no active anything.
Yeah, we didn't really
this
have any interaction.
Sure.
You'll have that opportunity next session, like you do this session, and we'll see if we can get closer with that. I think that's what we have for goals today, and I think that was good. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, this was actually better than a lot of combat scenarios we've gone through.
Yeah, sure. It went in a direction.
Only one person was downed.
Yeah.
Only one person was down. I was really hoping for the role for Miera for the the creature to like latch back onto her head while she's on the ground, just like when we did that. Oh, that would have been.
I love that entire scenario.
It's so funny.
Oh no.
Yep. So I think that's about what we'll end our session tonight, guys. But so Professor, go ahead and do your shout outs today. I broke everything. I think Professor's is fixed, but I'm not sure about. Yep. See, it says Rel plays at the top, and that's not right. But this is Professor Sack.
SACCHARUM. All right, so we ready to go? We good?
Go for it, bud.
All right. So, if you liked me and my shenanigans, you can always check me out on my YouTube, which is youtube.com/Professor Saccharum, PRO. I don't know right now. Anyway, I can't think.
It's on the screen, guys.
It's on the screen. So there we go. Check me out there. You can also check me out at my Twitter. I tweet things every once in a while, and I live streams once in a while. And I'm actually going to be playing this little beauty sometime soon. So
I love Sly.
keep out for that.
That's a great game.
Love it.
Cool. Thanks. Rob, I believe yours is fixed. You can go ahead and do yours. Rel, I'm sorry I broke yours, I think. So I'll have to fix that.
Didn't see you there. What's going on? My name's Rob. I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm Rob, aka Darien. I almost drowned today. It was really fun. I hope you enjoyed it. When I'm not drowning in chainmail, you can find me at twitch.tv/bonus_stage_Rob or on Twitter at bonusstagerob, where I tweet things specifically about not drowning in chainmail.
It's good. He's right. He does that.
That's what I got.
Rel, I think I broke yours. I'm sorry, but at least your picture's there. So we're gonna have to I'm gonna change this on the fly. Is that all right?
Yeah, go ahead. Oh my god, I just saw it. Wow.
Yeah, I broke everything. I'm sorry.
Well, I'll give you some time. I'll talk about my character. Hello, I am Rel. I play Ignas Erdrick.
A god complex.
I believe they're all Rel plays, right?
Yeah, except for Twitter. Rel Let's Play.
Oh, Rel Let's Play.
Yeah. So, you can find me on YouTube. I do concise game reviews focused on whether or not it is worth your money. You can find me at youtube.com/relplays. I also stream at twitch.tv/relplays. And I am on Twitter at Rel Let's Play.
Excellent. Thanks, buddy. And I'll just do mine. Hi, you're on my channel, so it's pretty easy to see where I am. You can find me on Twitter at RunawayRobotYT. You can find the YouTube channel which is just Runaway Robot, where all of the VODs for this will be stored, and you'll be able to find all of those. So in case you missed anything, or if you want to see the DM preparation that went into this episode, you can find those there. You can also find me here on this channel, Runaway Robot _ for other streams and things and more Dungeons and Dragons stuff, and that's pretty much what I do. So thanks everybody. It's been a good time, and I hope all of you guys at home enjoyed this, and hope to see you next weekend. Same time,
Yeah.
right
Oh my
here,
God.
3 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and we'll see how our heroes fare in the next next issue here.
Long rest.
Long rest. Yep. And I think that's it for us, guys. So until next time, later.
Bye.